Oh, we are back from the deep for another episode. Getting out, getting the episodes out early now. Look at us being productive human beings for everyone for some entertainment. But we have a wild show here today. Go over some NFL crazy shit. Go over the wild weekend of college football. We'll be a little bit more excited about that than we were last week. And then just go over the moving world of football, baby. But as always, we're gonna start now with the random ass questions to get the boys moving. Today's random question is favorite stadium in the NFL, college or NFL and college. I almost said NFL, college, and NFL. Dip, dive, dodge, dip, dive, whatever the fuck he says during dodgeball. Oh man, but here we are. I'll go around the circle. Clark just he ran, dude. Look at him go. Eric, man, favorite stadium, NFL, college.
Okay, so college, I'm always going to say the Rose Bowl. I'm going to rank
Ooh,
this by like stadiums that I want to go to the
yep.
most. I think it's definitely the Rose Bowl in college. Our LSU would be up there in college as well. Any Big Ten school, because I've seen them all 1,000 times growing up on TV. NFL is kind of harder. I really want to see SoFi because it looks so cool, man. But then there's some old ones I want to see too. Like I'd love to see the Packers because they're going to
Oh
redo
yeah.
it soon, so we're
Hmm.
probably running out of time there. But yeah, those would be my two, I think. SoFi
Love that.
and the Rose Bowl.
So find the Rose Bowl. Either way, Eric's going out to California, dude, and gonna
Yeah.
kick back. And it's gonna be nice weather. Like we're not even gambling on this. I love that. That was Eric Wheeler, man, the stat wizard himself. Let me send it over to TJ, the genius, man. What stadiums we going to? What we living?
What's up, fellas? I'm gonna stay with the two completely separate, different climate themes. And for the college stadium, I'm gonna go with a little known stadium called Kid Brewer Stadium,
Ooh,
Appalachian State,
ooh.
Boone, North Carolina. Seats 30,000 people surrounded totally by the Appalachian Mountains. It looks beautiful views no matter which way you look. And they get down there. It's a loud stadium for only sitting 30K. So I'm gonna go with Kid Brewer Stadium for college football. And for the NFL, I couldn't tell you why. I just love State Farm, man. Arizona Cardinals. I just like their stadium. It looks dope. It's nice, clean. I like the roof on it. I just wish they had a better product on the field.
I like that, man. I always was intrigued by their big end zone. Like the
Yeah.
way it's all opened up with the Cardinals, logos everywhere. Kind of remind me of I've always wanted to go to San Diego's old stadium with the Chargers. How big that end zone was with the lightning bolts and shit. I like those ones. I like the random one too. Shout out to Boone, North Carolina, still rebuilding after the hurricane. They got smacked, but that stadium's still standing there, dude. Let's fucking go. That's fucking electric. I love that. Sir Michael Clark, man, what stadiums are we trying to go to? Maybe Geneva before the fire?
Possibly. That's high on the list. Rest in peace. NFL wise, I'd love to go to Buffalo Stadium because I'd like to go to a game there. I think that environment would be cool. I think there's a lot of similarities with the Browns, where the tailgates are and shit like that. College is tough. I was thinking about this a lot earlier, and I don't know if I have of a specific one. Obviously, I don't think any will ever top Notre Dame's for me. But if I had to go somewhere for college, I'd like to be like a historic site. Rose Bowl is a fucking really good pick just because of college football history. I think that'd be a dope one. Or somewhere random like Boston College. I don't even know what the fuck their stadium's called, but like that'd be a really good stadium to go to, watch a game. Uh, and actually, I can't believe I'm saying this. I know it's the NFL and college, but I think Hard Rock down in Miami would be dope to go to. I know they talked about like Notre Dame this year is a big thing about it's the loudest place they've ever been, but I think that'd be a super cool fucking environment to be in. Would be Hard
That
Rock would be a dope one to
that'd
go
be
to.
sick. Hey, you know
Yeah.
what? Shout out to the Boston College thing. I don't know if you knew this or didn't know this. They actually get voted as the best athletic um like facility in the United States overall for sports. For like
Fuck
the
yeah.
it's like the most student athlete friendly. Like everything's in walking distance. You actually can walk like straight onto the field from where they're at. It's very similar to the way Capitals is, where everything's just connected to the football field there. That's actually a really cool shout out because that's an actual cool place right there. You know what? College was tough for me. I liked TJ's angle because I was like, there's some like random spots that I've always been curious of like how loud is or how fun is it, the tailgating and so forth. But I honestly, I'm gonna say it because this weekend kind of popped in my brain. Um, as much as Beaver Stadium would be cool, I've always wanted to go to like an old school SEC, go to a Georgia game, Alabama, like really go into the deep dive, even wear a Georgia shirt type shit and just blend in and just fucking ride the wave of how crazy they get. And I hope I'm not like, disappointed because they talk a big game. We live here in Columbus, so we get to see OSU gets down. Like the Midwest gets down when it comes to tailgating and having a good time. So I want to see what the South has for that one. Random stadium though that really hit my mind. I think it's Southern Mississippi, the one where Brett Favre went to, the Hawkeyes, or whatever. They have like a really really cool wraparound stadium. They're like one of the smaller schools that like you wouldn't think has a full wraparound stadium in a way. It's almost like a horseshoe style. I think it's just so slick. NFL, very similar to like Eric. I'd love to see Lambeau Field. It's the Notre Dame in me. Like I'm actually surprised I'm not a fucking Packers fan with how much why I love Notre Dame the way I do. But Lambeau Field would always be cool. And then I always, as a kid, we won't get to do it, but I always wanted to see a Raiders game with the baseball field out there with the real crazy Oakland fans. When I was a kid, I'd like, man, that'd be what they call it, the black hole or whatever. Like that'd be fucking badass, dude. I think for me, it's more about the environment. Like the Bills thing would be cool. Go there before they change it. Also, it's not that big of a stadium, so I feel like it'd feel like a Notre Dame game kind of stadium where like it's just a simple round bowl. Those are some fucking cool ones there, dude. Yeah, and then I know TJ likes soccer and shit, but like some of those stadiums could be pretty cool. And also like shout out to like Wrigley Field and stuff. I've never gone nothing like that for baseball, but that'd be fucking slick. All right, man. Enough with the fucking stadium talk, dude. Enough with that because stadiums change all the fucking time. And all the stadiums we love now will be gone, just like Eric said. It really will. Cleveland's losing theirs. They're gonna have we already said airplanes are gonna be flying into that one. And so forth. So who fucking knows? But let's dive into it, boys. Let's go to our, we're gonna do our favorite stuff first. That way we're not too long-winded. It was very interesting for us. We do not have Coach Lowe on today. He is under the weather, and his voice sounds like dog piss. I already knew it kind of sounded shitty yesterday talking to him, but it does sound like dog piss. Sounds like Keegan had a hell of a time coaching and maybe getting sick out there helping the fucking kids. Leave it to Keegan is so stressed out that he's fucking probably throwing up during the games, and players don't know why. Give that man a salt packet right now, Aaron Rodgers style. But let's dive into it. Lions, Browns. Keegan did want to say just go Lions go. That's all he gave a fuck about. Go Lions go. He's like, I don't want to spread it on the boys. I don't want the boys are already feeling it too much. He's like, they did what I thought they'd do. That's as simple as that. But for you guys, we all know how the game went, of course. We're not dummies. But what are some big takeaways you got from it? Other than maybe just the stereotypical. I mean, we all know Joe Flacco's situation. That was piss poor. That was ass. That was wild. But a tough environment in Detroit. But what do you guys take from that type of loss moving forward, even after the big upset against the Packers? Either one of you.
Eric, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I'll start. I'll be the level head for a little
I
bit.
was like, look at them. They're like, I don't know what to say. Yeah, before Clark gets on.
Man, I will say the bright spot I took from this was Kevin didn't commit to Flacco being the starter today, and he also didn't commit to Flacco being the backup if Gabriel does start, which hopefully means we're going to the rookies because like that, this was the worst Flacco game I thought. This one was way worse than the other ones. Like he was so off, and like the game, I don't even think the game plan was that bad, but if the players don't execute it, if Judy's falling on a route and the ball gets picked, and an honestly amazing pick by that dude too. I didn't think that was DPI. I saw some people on the Judy pick on the hitch, and then the other pick to Tillman. That one's uncalled for. Like even if you're throwing that away, why is that the spot you're throwing it away to? Like get it out of bounds. Like why are you're playing? I've said this a couple times now. When he throws a deep ball this year. 2 years ago wasn't like this. When he throws a deep ball this year, it looks like he's playing jackpot with fucking 15-year-olds. Like that's how he's like lofting every ball. It's like, dude, Flacco, I put some ass into the ball, man. Every ball's just so slow. And then Judy has his best two throws of the day were dropped by Judy, and I think Fannin was the other one. Those are the best two throws he might have had this season. Complete drops, and Judy's is probably 6. That drop he had was down the sideline. I don't think there's anybody close to it if he catches that ball because the corner I was covering him fell. Just they did not execute the game plan. I don't understand what's going on with the offensive line. Why is our third string tackle one-on-one with Aiden Hutchinson for every snap? Why are you not what's it called? Chipping. Why are you not chipping that guy? Like even good teams chip with a good tackle. Chip Aiden fucking. I think Aiden Hutchinson had 8 pressures by himself yesterday. Like the tackles combined gave up like 16 pressures yesterday. Only the tackles. And then run game wise, I thought the blocking was fine. It's good to see Judkins get going finally. I'm tired of seeing Jerome Ford touch the fucking field. I don't care what he's doing. Let Sampson do it. We know what Ford is. Just play Sampson. The receiving threat, I get it for blocking, I guess, because Sampson's not good at blocking, but Jerome Ford's not either. Defensively, I just can't complain about them because of how defeating it has to be to play with this fucking offense right now. Like, yeah, they're going to run out of steam eventually, man. That's just how it works. If the offense is incompetent, we turn over the ball 2 times in their own field, and one of them turns into a first and goal on that the Judy fall pick. But those are the type of games that get people fired, man. Like, if that's the way it keeps up, that's when you get fired. It's not for winning 3 games a season. It's for looking like that. And if you look like that 3 more times this season, you can't. Like you just cannot look like that. And you guys know I've been team Kevin more than anybody else in this pod by a fucking mile.
Yeah.
So I don't even like to throw that around. But like that's the kind of performances that cause that to happen. But like I said, hopefully he's going to the rookie quarterbacks, because I would make Shadir the backup if you're going to start Gabriel. Because if he gets hurt, I don't see any point in going back to Flacco. But yeah, I guess you guys take over, man. I mean.
Hell yeah. Hey, TJ, you go next. I got my own thoughts, but like mine's more like funny, dumb thoughts after watching the game. And I know Clark's definitely just like fucking canned the whole team. Let him burn.
Look, man, I didn't let him get to me on Sunday. I mean, like Detroit's a good team. You kind of know what you got with Flacco, but just like the game seemed like it was there for the taking for like the whole first quarter, where we're like, holy shit, guys, like we're really hanging in there. And it just seems like you've seen it like across football a lot where a coach's seat starts to get hot, and instead of the like performance improving, it starts getting more erratic and shit starts getting weirder and weirder. And I don't know if Kevin is like completely lost like the feel for a game of football, or whether he's trying to do something too intricate or what. But like the instance where we're down on the goal line and 3 plays in a row, Judkins doesn't get the ball. We run 2 sneaks in a row with Flacco. Judd gets the ball on 4th and goal from the fucking half a foot line and walks into the end zone. It's like, is this not why you drafted Judd, man? It's like, he's our guy for that. He's gigantic. Like, he's the guy. He's the bell cow, the Nick Chubb replacement. And then, like, early in the game, it might have been our first offensive drive. Like, you know, we're kind of dinking and dunking. Judkins moving the ball, running the ball. We complete a pass downfield. 1st and 10 inside the 40. It's like, damn, guys, we're, building momentum. Spinner counter sweep to the tight end. And I'm like, Kevin, man, like keep your foot on the gas. Like stay on path, man. It's like, just have you never watched a football game before? It's like, obviously he has, but come on, bro. It's like we're just like putting a couple plays together, Flacco out against the sideline, throw a little hitch ball to the tight end. Next play, screen pass. And it's like, fuck, man. How are we supposed to build any like rhythm at all? And like, as far as Flacco goes, I agree with a lot of the people that say like we're running half the playbook with him. Because like the Detroit game is an obvious example that you can only throw the ball from a 2-yard circle directly around where he gets the snap. It's like he's virtually immobile. Like, what was it, 4th and 3, and he tried to or 3rd and 3 or some shit. He tried to scramble for it and just slid, and it ended up being 4th and 3 or a turnover. Like, I just checked out, man. I'm ready for DG. I don't think, like, what's the worst that could happen? Like, if we go and play the international game next year or next week and get shit canned by the Vikings, we might get shit canned with Joe either way. So it's like, might as well get the kid a game's worth of snaps before we go into like the lighter games, Miami and New England. And it's just shitty, man. It's just shitty.
So I was gonna ask that. What a terrible spot to be in for everybody to go make that long flight and have to be around each other and act like everything's fine. Like, and then like And then what a shitty spot for you from like Dylan Gabriel, where it's like imagine like going through all of that. You never really had to play overseas like that, and then you get to play possibly. And then you got to think Kevin Stefanski has to keep everyone in order. If I was the players, I'd be like, bro, shut up, old
Yeah.
man. Like, we're
Fuck you,
fucking, you
nerd.
won't even be on the plane back with us, dude. So, like, what are
Yeah.
you talking about? So, like, it's just that feeling. What a crazy fucking vibe for that. Clark, man, I mean, how much of the game did you actually watch would be my first question. Or did you get frustrated and just start bouncing around and get busy with something else? It's hunting
I
season,
did
folks.
I did watch the whole game. Mostly, like I said, I'm a fan of the Lions, so I would like to watch them. So, but I don't know. The whole week, I actually really kept thinking about what you said last week, Jack, about what are you really playing for with Joe Flacco as a quarterback, and like the more and more really thought about that, like it's fucking true. What are you accomplishing by having him? Because clearly, even with him at the helm, you're not a playoff team. And I just watch, and like TJ brings up a good point too. Like with the stupid plays, like the offense is no content, or there's like no constant like
Continuity.
moving forward. That's where I was looking for. Fucking brain's not working.
I got you.
And it's just fucking frustrating. Like Judkins has looked pretty good. The only saving grace that I think like that Stefanski and Barry to fall back on right now is like we got a really good rookie class. Like this is probably by far the best draft class the Browns have had in a long time overall, from like top to bottom. Really, the only two contributors right now are just not the quarterbacks, and that's just kind of the way it is. And hopefully that will change soon. But like, I don't know. I don't know what the fucking answer is for these guys. I don't even if Dylan Gabriel gets in, the offense just fucking sucks. Like Judy is dog shit. That motherfucker hit the jugs, you fucking nerd. Steve Smith was right about him. Fannon's been good. Honestly, our best receiver right now is Isaiah Bond. Like I put him at fucking the start number one outside and just throw him the fault the rest of the season and run Fannin underneath and see what you got. I don't know why Jerome Ford is even in the fucking game. We have Samson on the bench. Like we used Samson so much game one and he looked good, and they got this fucking nerdy fuck Jerome Ford running out there who we know sucks. Like why the fuck are you even playing him at this point? I don't know. It's just very frustrating to watch. Like I said, I watched more to see the lines and what they're about, and I don't know. I feel actually, truthfully, for anyone, I feel worse for the defense than anybody on this team. This defense is probably overall the best defense the Browns have had in a long time, and they're getting wasted on this shit offense. Like, I can't imagine how frustrating it is. Like the first half, the defense looked really good against Detroit. They had some nice stops, forced punts, and then he fucking turned to old Joe fucking gets. He's looking like Sleepy Joe Biden out there, dude. Fucking Aiden Hudson walked up and knocked the ball out of his fucking hands. He just stood there. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? Like that's a play you see in youth league, and I was
Yep.
like, what the fuck is this shit, man? That's what I'm calling for now, Sleepy Joe, man. I
Hey,
appreciate what you've
I
done
like
for the
that.
fucking for the franchise, brother. Fucking hang him up, go buy a vacation home, and fucking hang out on the beach or something, dog, before you get fucking hurt. The tackles are fucking terrible. Cam Robinson we traded for, whoop-de-doo. That motherfucker's a bust. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I love your point though, because I was gonna say after you guys were saying, I thought because a lot of people kept talking about, oh, I want to see the Lions offense versus the Browns defense, and then when the Lions started putting up points, especially in the first half, they left with 20. People are like, oh, look at the or the Browns defense struggle. I'm like, no, the Lions defense was their offense because
Yeah,
every time the Browns touched the ball. It was like a countdown of when are the Lions going to get it back. Not even just with turnovers and so forth, just in general, downs, third down conversions. It's like it just wasn't all there. Um, and it's like fucking Eric said, it's a perfect thing. Like the NFL, yes, it's an every given Sunday thing. And some people get like really blown away why some people don't get fired ahead of time. It's really how you look, right? And you look like this and you look discombobbled and everything looks fucking out the window and crazy. It's like, man, if this was a bigger franchise, like someone silly like the Jets, who's very similar to the Browns about things, they would have fired that motherfucker after that type of performance. It's done. I mean, especially the saddest part to me was we've been doing this pod for a few years now. And one of the fun things about doing the pod our first year was the Lions were kicking up their first year, actually doing that was their first year being really good. Niners were a train rolling everyone over. And then the Browns were right there keeping up. And it was a fun environment to be in. And the Lions and Browns were kind of on the same trajectory for a little while. Even like you can say what you want about the drama with Baker and all those other things. Everyone has opinions on every little fucking detail the Browns do. But it was really sad for me to see that rebuild for the Lions stick and the rebuild for the Browns, it's just already crumbled. I mean, the Browns were like one of those rebuilds for like a big building that just stopped funding in the middle of it. So you just saw it
Yeah.
sit there half built. And that was what you got. And what's there is just like the iron fucking base of everything, the foundation. The foundation is that fucking defense. And they're just left there. Guys like Myles Garrett and Ward are just left in this half built home when like they're promised all these things. It's just real sad to me. It just was like that aspect was. It was like, man, I wanted Detroit and the Browns to have like their own, like the way the Bills and Lions are. We're like, let's all the Great Lakes football team. Let's all go to the playoffs every year. Like it was a couple years ago was the first time all three made it. Like that's
Hmm.
fucking badass. Like let's fucking. I thought there was some momentum, and the Browns just fucking and they still have everybody too. That's the sad part. They still have the coaches, and then you just lose Chubb, and it just shows you how important little pieces are. Because we can point fingers to everything, but I think if the Lions lost a couple players the same way the Browns did, the Lions ain't that good after that, right? Like they're good, but they ain't that good.
Like if golf doesn't pan out like Watson did. Um,
Exactly. Golf or like Gibbs goes down like Chubb did, Like they can't survive with just Montgomery, even though I think he's a dog too. But like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it just doesn't work. Just very interesting how that fucking plays out. But yeah, you got a game in London next fucking week. That's gonna be fucking awesome. Maybe get some fucking momentum under you and ball out.
I watched that Vikings Pittsburgh game. The Browns might have 10 fucking sacks against that Vikings offensive line. Those boys are beat the fuck up. And I hope JJ McCarthy plays because I'd love to get our get back on him a little bit. Even though it's not the same, I just love to see Miles put that guy in a fucking bender 3 times next week.
Have
Just
Junkins point at
tell
him
him fucking
after he
chin strap
scores.
at his nose, bro. Just get the fuck out of here, man.
Oh, dude, yes, dude. I like that. You know what, man? If McCarthy ever has to play if he stays long enough as a starting quarterback, no offense to the kid, but if he stays long enough to have another rotation to play the Browns at Cleveland, those Wild State fans will be there, kid. Like, even if the Browns are like 0 and fucking 16, like 0 and 17 type shit, you're gonna get fucked, dude. Like, straight up. You might be the most hated kid, actual athlete in Ohio history in the last 10 years. Anyways, any last second thoughts on that situation? I mean, the writing was on the board, but anything else before we move forward? Before we
Not,
get
none
to
of us said it real quick. Dude, Bubba Ventrone needs fucking, he's the first
Oh,
five. The
dude.
special teams coordinator. None of us mentioned it. I forgot about that fucking punt return, which was honestly kind of on the punter because he kicked it so shitty. He kicked that bounce, and it's kind of an easy return at that point because the guy can get the momentum and like just catch it here and just
Yeah, I
go.
forgot about the
But dude,
return.
our special teams guy needs fucking gone.
Look,
Bubba
man,
Ventrone is his name. It's so bad, so
I,
bad.
I I understand that there is a massive athletic difference between Corey Bajorquez and Khalif Raymond. But Corey Bajorquez was walking to the sideline like he just got off the couch to take a shit, and Khalif Raymond walks within 3 feet of him to score a touchdown. And
He didn't
Bajorquez
dive or nothing.
he just puts an arm out and he's like, ah, damn it, I missed. And then kept walking to the side. I'm like, Corey, man, at least fucking stumble over like it looked like you tried to make a play. He just fucking walked right past him. Like,
I,
dude, come on.
dude, I thought that because like sometimes the angle throws it off, and it's like easy for us to say dive after him. But it's like, brother, you're the last line defense. Dive after him. Like, if anything, like you catch a shoelace and now you're a Browns legend. You're taking dudes out. You know what I mean? It doesn't take much to do that shit. And then we shout to the Cowboys kicker. That motherfucker was trying to hit people. That dude that's a stud hitting 60 yarders. He's actually trying to hit people like Pat McAfee style. Man, I forgot about that. That punt return was disgraceful, dude. That is one of the most Browns plays I've seen in a while. That was a good one. I like that. Put that in the Browns Hall of Fame plays. Maybe do a highlight at the end of the season.
Oh God.
Oh shit. Well, you know what? Let's go over to my sad song real quick. Shout out to the Niners dropping the ball against the Jags. I'll be pretty quick with this one, boys, just because I'm the only man standing here with the Niners fucking I don't even want to say fandom. I hate that fucking word. Fandom's I hate that word, bro. It's like the most fucking dumbest fucking word. But at the end of the day, Brock Purdy needs to play like what we paid him. And that's the part that's frustrating. It's like you could say all these injuries, but you know what? Pearsall's really found his legs under him. He's got another. He had a couple good catches. He didn't play that well overall stat wise, but he had some great catches. Jennings back, but questionable. It's like, bro, Purdy, what else do you need? And it's starting to become very clear to me that McCaffrey's used the way he is because that lack of trust with Purdy. Um, I mean, that could be easily said like before, but it wasn't as clear because Purdy would have these moments, in these stretches. Hell, I mean, I don't have to tell you guys, those first couple years, the kid was like one of the hottest quarterbacks in the goddamn league. Like, and he still has that. He still plays like that. The offensive line's never been that great, so I hate that excuse right now. Oh, the offensive line needs to block better for him. It's like they haven't blocked in years. We've been hurt for years. Like that has not changed. Um, and everything is so quick. Like that's the scheme of the offense. We don't even need offensive lines. The whole point for Shanahan, right? Like everything's quick, everything's fast, everything's calculated. He just looks flustered. I heard his toe is worse than what people are thinking it is. And there is a lot of rumors going around that he feels the heat of Mac Jones behind him a little bit. And he's
I'm
kind of
sure.
and he's trying to play and he wants to play even if he doesn't know if he should. Um, which I don't. To me, I don't like that he feels like that already because the team's always been behind him.
Mhm.
And to me, it shows his insecurity and his lack of play in general. I don't think he's scared of Mac Jones. I think he's scared of the fact he's not playing well. So I'll just start with that. I think usually it's not fair to blame him, but this time it was. Also, it was just a lot of missed opportunities. You guys know how an NFL game works. There's always these little moments where it's like that could have changed the whole thing. I think we had like four drop picks and like good ones too. Like I saw Fred Warner is a really awesome crash out to watch on TV. Like when he drops a pick, bro, that dude freaks out and the camera zooms in on him and his hair's flying. He loses his shit. But we dropped a handful of picks that like just really could have changed the game. And it was just the Jags' it was their night. It really was. I wish Salah would have kept his mouth shut because you could feel it. The intensity the Jags brought. You could tell they felt kind of disrespected by that and pissed off. And it's the NFL. There's no reason to give the Jaguars momentum against us. Like this should be a non-conference situation, an easy, nice little Sunday. We get a close win. No, man, they're playing the fourth quarter like it was a goddamn playoffs. And I saw us shaking our heads as we're leaving the sidelines, and they're fucking sprinting out. I was like, what? And then I ate my words, bro. Like in first quarter, fucking Hunter. He's about to hit that slant. I was like, Fred Warner, smash him. Fred Warner fucking trips over his feet. Hunter's fucking looking goofy and shit, running right by him. I'm like, God damn it, no. Like, I need to keep my mouth shut. It happens against us every time. Like, every time I disrespect somebody, the fucking Niners fucking look like ass against them. But you know what? With all the injuries, I'm not that mad. We're sitting at, what, 3-1? Uh, that's fine. Like I don't care. Like it's not a divisional game. Like let's just keep fucking winning. Seattle looks like world beaters, so let's just keep that train running to stay ahead of them. And the Rams, I don't really believe in Stafford all that much. But anyways, I just don't. He looks old. I don't like the gray hair on his face either. It's alarming, and his teeth and shit. Like I don't know. But defensively, we miss our guys, like front seven guys. Like not having Boza already has shown itself, and it sucks. Really nothing we could do about that. We talked about that last week. And then just McCaffrey, I don't see. It's kind of a different thing than what you guys were talking about with Joe Flacco, but I don't. I hate when I don't see the point behind something in the NFL. I don't
Mhm.
see the point in fucking running him into the ground in these games. It's not like we're not like in a winning chance. Like we had a chance to win that game all the way through the end. So I get that, but like it really showed in the fourth quarter. It's like, bro, like if you want him to be productive, when you need him to be productive, to be that star to win you a game, how about we don't have him go into the fourth quarter with 20 touches? How about we think
Yeah.
about that? Like let's, especially with everyone else hurt, we don't have anybody else doing that, and we really gonna put. I love Ricky Pearsall, but like we really gonna put that on him? He don't deserve that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And with Purdy, fucking 5 foot nothing, looks like he's shitting his pants these days. I don't know. But it's, overreaction Monday style type talk. The game was just yesterday. Yeah. What was that, Eric?
So I saw something that I thought makes all the fucking sense in the world. With the Bosa injury, the Bengals aren't going to pay Trey a big contract. Wouldn't this be the perfect scenario that the Niners trade for Trey Hendrickson and get that contract for a year?
I did hear
And
that.
then he gets cut loose and can be a free agent next season? Because the Bengals have made it clear they're not going to do a long-term deal with him. And the Bengals season's probably one game away from being in the shitter for the most part.
I
Like,
just really don't know what we would give them that. So with the since he's wants and needs are very too similar to us.
yeah, probably just picks, I'd assume, if it did
Yeah,
happen.
it'd have to be picks. But then like
Yeah.
picks have already been kind of hard to come by because we're
Mhm.
still paying the price with Trey Lance and paying the price that the NFL put sanctions on the Niners that went very quiet. But we're not allowed to have so many picks because they found out we were fucking over the books and lying about our money. So yeah, TJ.
Just two real quick things on Niners and Jacksonville. One, if bad couldn't get worse for the Browns, don't look now, but Jacksonville's 3-1. And we have their first round pick. And I'm like, damn, I thought that'd be a lock. They were like everybody's lock for like a top 3 pick in the draft next year. 3-1. And two, I just wanted to shout out Etienne, bro, because like
Love him.
last year, he was one of the worst football players I've ever seen. He had like 2 yards a carry, like 515 yards in 15 or 16 games last season. He was awful. And he's just seemingly came back to life. They got Bashal Tutin from Virginia Tech as his RB2. And shit, what do he have? 140 yards rushing against the Niners?
Yep, and that's where he missed that defensive line, big dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just came back to life, man. So shout out Etienne.
Yeah, man. Big shout to him. And I'll retract a little bit. I'm looking at stats. Like, I hate when stats don't reflect it. Like, Brock Purdy had 309 yards, 2 tutties, but those 2 interceptions speak so loud. Travis Etienne, he had a lot of those carries because they did a great job of making sure Winners and Warner were not where the ball was. They would send them flying to the other way. And that's kind of the hard part. I said that earlier in the season. I don't like the fact how much we have to use our linebackers to cover. Sure, against passing teams, like I think we match up great against Detroit. I just think they're really spread out and really fast, and we would really box up the front seven so much with those linebackers that you can't do that with those running backs like you can. But at the same time, like it's really scary when all it takes is one guy go in motion. Now we lost the linebacker on one side before we can even communicate. They're hitting the play, they're going. I'll tell you what, that guy, we made fun of him during the draft, Duval. That motherfucker could coach.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of a wild thing, bro. Like he really can, and and it's good to see. I'm a big Trevor Lawrence guy. The first year of the pod, actually, I jinxed the Jaguars because I was really riding the Jaguars. I thought they were gonna be something sweet, and then I remember when I said that they didn't win a game for the rest of the year or some shit. So I'll say it again for you guys. Maybe I sprinkle some of the same love. Go Jags, dude! Ride the Jags, Super Bowl champs. Go Jags, bro. Fucking shout out to Little Duval, dude. Like fucking, let's fucking go. Now fuck that fucking team. But yeah, shout out. And we just need better receiving, man. Once again, Chris McCaffrey, 6 receptions for 92 yards. What the fuck is going on? Like, I mean, it's great for like fantasy owners. It is. And honestly, you guys probably seen it. Like, I think if you bet Chris McCaffrey touchdown, just that for like the last like 10 years or whatever, you would already have like $500,000 or some shit, which is kind of wild. But yeah, that's that. We'll be fine. 3-1. Fuck it. Not really that worried. And Chow Jags, that division looks wild. They could actually fucking do something. But anyways, let's run through a little bit of some shit. If you guys got anything, you know the drill. Fucking raise your hand. I'll try to do my best. I'm trying to do better at looking. Or just tell me to shut the fuck up. I'll fucking hand it over to you. Nice and easy. But I kind of, I like to go in order a little bit of what was going down. I actually thought the Seahawks Cardinals game. Sorry, I'm getting interrupted for 1 second. There we go. Sorry, I was getting interrupted there. I'm on a Mac, people. You know the drill. Whenever I don't know what's going on, I'm getting a call. Seahawks beat Cardinals. One thing I did take away from it, we said in the group chat, dude, it was cool to see Marvin Harrison actually start getting his feet under him for just a tad. I also think what I took away from it wasn't even about the game. I thought the Vikings need to be kicking themselves in the fucking ass, bro. Like
Yeah.
letting that fucking big redhead motherfucker fucking. I don't know if you guys saw fucking Marshawn Lynch podcast with him. That was wild. First question he asked him, I heard gingers are black people now, and he's like, what? He just sat there staring at him like, okay, Marshawn. Marshawn's like, yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's so funny, dude.
Welcome.
It's so funny. The Steelers thriller in Ireland. I will take this away. There's those rumors going around that Aaron Rodgers was on some shit, bro, or he was drinking. I know some people are overdoing the whole like he had some Guinnesses beforehand. But I don't. Yeah, dude, when he stood there, that is the most meme-like thing with that ugly-ass helmet. He was enjoying himself way
If
more.
Myles Garrett doesn't get kicked out of the game for spearing that motherfucker through the chest, I'm going to lose my shit. I cannot stand Pittsburgh right now.
Dude,
it's working and it's pissing me off.
Yeah, dude, and like it's working the way they wanted to too. And like
Yeah.
there was even a play where Aaron Rodgers just straight up fucking hit a dude. He just saw this dude running by him. He goes, "Fuck it!" Boom! I'm like, dude, hell yes! That man had 5 Guinnesses before he walked out there. He said, "Man, this is what tore my Achilles. I should have been doing this with the Jets. Like this shit, that shit was awesome." I think the Vikings are. That's one of those games where I can't tell if the Vikings are legit or not because I think the Steelers are feeling themselves. DK Metcalf, man, was once you see that boy, like I know I give him a lot of shit, but when you see him run with a head of steam, I just want to see someone try to tackle him. He never really gets, he's too fast at that point. I just want to see someone like a safety. I just want to see it. They don't make safeties like fucking Chancellor anymore. That's the type of guy I want to see take him on. But that game was fucking buck wild. And then that kid got jumped. Fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts,
Skylar
dude.
Thompson.
Yeah, they're starting to like. I saw him Pat McAfee. Like part of the rumor is like he didn't file any complaints. Like, did he get jumped and robbed, or did he just get his ass whooped?
Oh, he got into a bar fight, man.
Yeah, someone beat his
Yeah.
ass,
Those-
bro.
those
He
Irish.
wasn't playing on Sunday long.
No, man, the Irish don't play.
Yeah, he thought he was on vacation. He's like, I play for the Steelers. Fuck you. This fucking. What'd you say, laddie? Bang!
Hey, fucking Skylar Thompson, put your fucking hands up, will you? Hey, don't put your fucking hands on you. I'll fight you any time between now and Christmas. You bastard, you fucking bastard.
I love it, you bastard.
Come on, you bastard.
That's awesome, dude. I just thought that story is just too wild. And then you mix that with Rodgers being all perked up, dude, and he's hitting smelling salts before plays. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Dude, I can't.
Oh, what do you just don't like it? No, you guys, you Browns boys, you shaking
No,
your head.
dude, it's just the way Mike Tomlin coaches, bro, and the fact that it works does not make fucking sense. If you watch that game, 10 out of 10 teams lose that fucking game calling it the way Tomlin did, like, because he called piss poor scared in the second half, dog. Like, the Vikings should have taken that game. It's just Carson fucking Wentz. Not that I think JJ would have had much success with how bad that offensive line's playing, but it's just like it just annoys me because Pittsburgh wins games like these, and I don't think they're ever like the better team. And I don't think they game plan that fucking well. I don't know what it is. I just can't stand the way they win football games.
500
like, it
team
drives me fucking crazy.
That's how you become a good 500 team and never go under, baby. Just always keep them guessing.
Yeah.
Roll the dice.
Pittsburgh is treating Aaron Rodgers like you guys ever been around someone with an old dog where they're like, oh, that's Bubba, he's 18. And the dog pisses on the floor and they're like, that's okay, Bubba. At least you're still with us. It's like no matter what this fucking guy does, like they're gonna eat it up, man. And I can't even get furious. I just laugh. I'm like, man, you can't believe he's doing it while he's doing it because he looks fucking ridiculous out there.
Oh my god, that's fucking funny, dude.
Fucking helmet, dog. I hate it.
Dude, it's the helmet for me, man. Like, there's parts of me that wants to like it, and then there's parts of me that just can't stand it. It's weird. It's kind of like, I don't know. You know what? It's funny. I was just thinking of this since you guys are being so goofy. You ever had like a canker sore and you can't help but fucking feel it? You're like, oh man, that hurts and feels so good at the same time. That's how I fucking feel when I fucking look at that shit. I'm like, I just can't help but stare.
I don't know how his helmet's safety approved for today's NFL, dog. Like, how did that?
He probably doesn't even care.
No, he's probably collecting fines and no one even knows
Yeah.
it. And he's like, fuck it, just tell my publicist to keep it quiet. I don't need any more loud noises. That's fucking funny. Anyways, we'll just slide through. I thought it was interesting. Falcons found their offense to beat the Commanders. That was kind of exciting. Kyle Pitts finally realized he was in the NFL and showed out of the game. All I kept thinking of is who's those Kyle Pitt fantasy owners that finally got to celebrate that dub. Yeah, finally, after all these years, they fucking paid off to have the kid. Even though I've always said using the Falcons on Madden's kind of broken.
They're awesome on this year's game, dude.
Compared to like real life, dude, I can use them on Madden all day. Love that. Commanders, man, dude, I didn't know Marcus Mariota was just so mentally weird. Like, I knew he had that situation going on with Atlanta before, but you watch him on the sideline, he just looked like a sad dog. Bills survive upset versus Saints. Hey, man, Radler's still out there slinging the ball, dude. He didn't give
0-10.
That Philly special was god awful, but they fucking ran that bitch hard, dude. And let's go. I thought that was awesome. I like seeing a team that has nothing to win for. That's the old Browns I miss. I miss when the Browns just knew they weren't gonna win. So you just had a couple guys that just said, fuck it, all in, baby. Let's fucking ball. That's where the Josh Cribbses were made. You know what I'm saying? That's where, like, stars were made. You ain't gonna get no stars pretending that you could win. Nah, just act like you ain't going to. And you get some crazy shit popping. The Saints were exciting. Dude, Giants, man. Upsetting the Chargers. Now, Another thing that's a little weighted unfairly, the Chargers lost another O lineman. They already lost the O lineman before the season. Shout out Joe Alt. You know, you guys know how I feel about him, big dog. But man, that first drive for fucking Dart was electric, dude. With him dancing and shit, I was like, you know what? I know people hate the kid. If I had even an ounce of talent like that, bro, I'd be more ignorant than that fucking kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel it.
Dude, that game, I was watching that game. If they run him like that in every fucking game this season, that dude's going to be hurt in 2 games. Because they were running him like he's Josh Allen, bro. It's like, hey, look, I love it. Like, he was fired up. It's fun to watch because you guys know I was kind of a Jackson Dart hater in the draft.
Yeah.
So I hurt my ego a little bit. But, dude, if they use him like that in every game this season, he's going to play 3 more games max. He was already hurt. He left the game hurt twice.
Yeah.
Because he's just running. I'm like, dude, stop.
Bro.
My neighbors is out for the year, man. That and all just backbreaking, just for especially guys at that age, man. Year 2 guys, like that's just really upsetting.
Yeah,
Dart was electric, man. On
Dude.
that, he had a run where he's running across the middle of the field and he put the ball in his left hand to pimp slap the safety, and the safety like lays him out and tackles him. But like, dude, I like Dart because, like Eric said, I wasn't huge on Dart either, but you know, you're not going to be a successful quarterback in New York City if you're a guy like Russell Wilson that's like, all right, everybody, lock hands, we're brothers. No, like Jackson Dart being like, fuck you guys, and hitting his fucking little dance.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
You need a quarterback like what's his name from Any Given Sunday, like in the club with a do-rag on, like showing up to practice. Willie Beeman, man.
Yeah.
You need...
No, that's exactly it, dude. I fucking love it. I fucking ate it up, bro. You said medical tent stuff. I just want to say this real quick. Backtrack real fast to the Niners. The Niners had so many people in the medical tent that they didn't have enough room. That's not a good sign for anybody's fucking football team there.
Especially week 4, bro.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. 3-1, baby. 3-1. Hold on to it with your fucking hands because it's gonna go. Eagles Buccaneers clash, dude. You know what, man? If the Bucs can figure out how to start better, they can win a lot of games. They start so slow, but man, when it feels like they just want to pull a 40-yard play out of their fucking ass cheeks, they can do it. You know, that fucking 40, or I always say he's too old. And Buka was so fucking, he was at Ohio State for fucking 10 years, it felt like. But man, him with the number 2 looking so fucking clean. I love what's his face, Bucky Irving, dude. Like guys like that, like they looked fucking clean. But you know the Eagles, they're just one of those teams. They're one of those teams that we saw growing up, like with kind of like the Patriots, you know, Colts, back in our heyday of being younger. Where it's a guarantee 15-2. You know what I'm saying? If nothing goes wrong. I know people are kind of blowing up the A.J. Brown situation a little bit, but, I mean, motherfucker wants some catches. You know what I'm saying? Who gives a fuck? They're fucking exciting, though. I thought that game was dope. 2 undefeated teams, dope.
No, Mike Evans, too, for Tampa in that game.
Yep.
Says a lot about that offense.
And
They're
then
still rolling.
Baker has apparently the bicep injury that's hurting him a little bit. And, of course, Baker fashion, it's only week 4, and he's still out there not trying to sit down. So expect Baker to have an awesome first half of the year. But Baker's a lot like Myles Garrett, bro, where it's like Baker starts hot and then he's going to get hurt and just let it go. Love the fucking – he's still getting in fights, though. Someone's going to punch him in the mouth. Baker, relax. We get it. You're a dog. But some of these dudes come from neighborhoods that you'd be scared to drive in, dude. So, like, I'd fucking relax talking to people like that. Anyways, keep pushing. Texans, shut out the Titans. Titans are bad, aren't they? You guys see that press conference with the coach today?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Cam
yesterday. Yeah. That one too. Oh man, when you have your quarterback say your ass, and then you have a reporter ask the coach, "Are you guys resilient?" and he goes, "I'm not doing this with you." It's like, bro, just say that.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's what the coach said. The coach goes, "I'm not doing this with you right now. Of course, these guys are fucking resilient. Yeah, they're resilient. They're tough. But I ain't going to win us no games." He's like, "What do you want me to say? I'm not doing this." He goes, "Can you just answer the question?" He's like, "No, I don't want to." Like, and he still answered it, pissed off.
Dude,
they suck.
Dude, that reminds me, did you see Ben Johnson talking to that reporter this week? He's to the girl, Aditi.
Oh, yep.
And she said something like, "Well, I think you guys should do this." He's like, "Oh, is that what you think?" Just stares at her. It's so awkward. They just walks away.
I love it, dude. Keep it coming. This year, the guys are fucking Fuck these reporters, dude.
100%. Fuck them. Yeah, I would say suck a dick. Imagine this guy just told some reporter that on air. I'd fucking lose my mind.
Has to be like Dan Campbell too, nostrils
Yeah.
widen, bro. Oh, make him flinch, bro. I like it. Bring back more of this Bill Belichick style. Bill Belichick showed us you ain't got to talk to him. I love when people used to ask Bill a question and he just not even just recognize it. But yep, we got you ready for Cincinnati next week. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Like that's it. I love that shit. That was wild. Shout out to CJ Stroud getting his feet under him though a little bit, get a little dub. Rams hand the Colts their first loss. I predicted it, boys. The Colts are back, but they also should have won that game. You guys see that Moore just fucking threw the ball out of the end zone. Um, but what's his face? Fuck, I just blanked out his name. He's one of my favorite players. Taylor, the running back, dude. He's back. He's good.
Yeah, he's playing great.
He's good, dude. I don't think they have nothing to worry about. Those are two good teams, though. Chiefs dominate the Ravens. And Lamar potentially hurt. I do see rumors that it's more of there's a chance they just knew they weren't going to win. But that concerns me more. Some people are like, oh, if that's the case, that's okay. I'm like, no, that's not. The Ravens don't have whatever the fuck the Ravens used to have up here. Like, that's where I think the problem is. And I know some people are saying, oh, they're done already. I don't think so. That division's too wide open. Aaron Rodgers, old dog ass, like TJ said, isn't a guarantee for that division. But man, dude, the Chiefs, belt to ass. You guys have any takeaways from that?
Baltimore's defense is fucking awful, bro.
Bad.
It
Historically
is
bad.
so bad. I'm pulling up there what they've given up this year. 40, 17 to Browns, the worst offense in the NFL. 30 to the Lions, 37 to the Chiefs. And like those are three good teams that scored a lot, but still like that. If you're a Super Bowl team, dog, you're deep. Especially because this is the first year of the new DC, right? Their DC left for the Seattle job, right? Am I wrong there, TJ? Do you know? Is it Mike?
Yeah, Seattle. Mike McDonald.
Yeah, he's at Seattle. Thank you. Yeah. So all them and the Texans play this week. That'll be a fun one. But yeah, dude, their defense, they got to figure out that defense, man, because that is not going to get them anywhere.
And it's weird. They got studs, you know. I liked what I usually don't like what ESPN guys always have to say, but they were talking about today. Greeny was cracking me up. He's like, you know, everyone keeps talking about that one kid at D tackle that's hurt. He must be the best player in the world because, like, obviously nothing else is fucking working. Just shocker to me, you know. Get Kyle Hamilton his money and stuff. But like you said, good teams. It's the NFL. Like, I think they'll lock it down. They might fucking shut the Texans aren't that great on offense.
I think so too. That like, the Ravens' offense is obviously dynamic. Like Lamar's the most dynamic quarterback in the league, like by far. But to me, like Derrick Henry, like picks up steam as the game goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he gets 15, 20, 25 carries, that's when he really starts rumbling and stumbling through the defense. And it just felt like they didn't try early in the game to get him ahead enough or feed him the ball enough to where by the third quarter, he's really wearing down the Chiefs defense.
100%. But he's getting older, right? We predicted this a couple years ago when he went to the Ravens. People need to remember that. Like, there's a handful of loud people that when he went to the Ravens, he was already getting too old. And at that age for a running back, like, you know, the Titans aren't that stupid for losing him. He's just getting a bag. But once you hit that age, dude, it goes bad. And
31, 32, bro, it's just boom. It is so quick.
He needs extra help. You got to be able to share those carries with it. Hell, that's why Clark remembers back when he was fucking on the market, I wanted him to be with Chris McCaffrey more than anything in the goddamn world. I was like, dude, let's go, dude. We'll call him bread and butter. Like, I don't know you know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be an awesome fucking thing, dude. Call him like maple syrup and pancakes. I don't care what you fucking call him, dude. We'll fucking get after it. But that didn't happen. So we're running McCaffrey in the ground the same way. Hallelujah. Yeah, that was crazy. Bears win kind of last second against the Raiders. I mean, honestly, it felt like to me, I didn't even know the Bears won until like 30 minutes after the fact because I just kind of figured with Genty playing that the Raiders were just going to run with it because they were leading all the time. But shout out to goddamn Caleb Williams. That motherfucker, he showed some goddamn grit if you guys watched that game, dude. Yeah dude. Grit.
I'm excited. I think my Caleb Williams stuff he didn't have a great game, but he's looked comfortable. He's looking comfortable. He's doing he's hitting his reads. He's hitting his reads. This is what I want out of Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams. Just get on the same page because I still think Williams has all the tools. He's just got to clean up some shit. He's got to clean up his footwork. He's got to stay on rhythm. And the last two games, he looked like he is. Like he's not running as much as he did last year, which is good for him. And Odunze's kind of taking off for him now too. I'm excited. You guys know I was high on the Bears and Ben Johnson for the season, so I'm excited about that. And TJ, hey, your boy, Genty finally arrived, man.
I tried to
Finally
tell you,
arrived.
man. I'm not gonna spike the football because the Bears defense isn't great, but like you could tell in the first few games of the season that Genty's electric. He needs to build up a little bit of confidence, man. And the Raiders O-line was whack the last couple weeks, and they seem to look a little bit better against the Bears.
100%. You know what though? Like I was hating Genty. I still have it. I still have it a little bit. I don't like the way he carries himself in interviews. He doesn't. It just seems.
You know what it is with
He's a
that?
prick. He's a prick. He
No,
seems like a prick.
I don't like guys that are like pricks, but they seem like a little nerdy in the background. If you
What
get to know
like
them.
what I don't understand about that is like it seems fabricated because like when he was at Boise State, I never heard a fucking peep out of him. Not
But
a
that's part I
peep.
don't like though, bro. Like
That's
he
what I'm
just and
saying.
then
Is
now when
it's
they
like
interview him, he goes, "Well, I want to do my stance." It's like, okay, buddy, relax. And
and
I'm
he's
not
like,
here anymore.
now I would draft the guy they can't tackle. And I'm like, what fucking agent told you to act like this? Like
That's my thing, bro. I
Derrick
can't get a read on him.
Did you guys
Derrick
see
Henry
it?
doesn't do this.
Did you guys see if this was apparently the first game that he went back to his college stance?
Yep.
I didn't
First
know
game,
that.
and before this game, which is a stat that kind of shut me up a little bit, every yard he had was after contact.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah, it's just fucking
fucking
crazy.
nuts. That's nuts. But let's just make sure you have a career if you got that going for you right now. That's a rough way to start it.
Oh, dude.
Like you're gonna get hurt, bud. But you know what? This is what happens when you get drafted high to a shit team. Caleb Williams is just finally getting into it. It's just what happens. Um, you guys see the Packers Cowboys tied? That was wild.
I fell asleep
Yeah.
before that game. I fell asleep before that game, sadly.
I was kind of footballed out by then because I just knew after the Niners lost, and I was just real happy. We'll get to the Irish. I'm footballed out. I don't want to see. I wanted to see. I saw Parsons run out of the tunnel. That's all I wanted to see. It was like the beginning build up a little bit. See the boy get kind of hyped up. But also, I just want to take away from this. I know a lot of people are talking about it. I don't like ties, man. Let's have it play out. There's too much money on the line. I do love
No.
Pat McAfee's style of. I love the gold boot style, bro. I think that'd be so cool. Just go field goal for field goal. That'd be electric. What do you think? Not TJ. You want to stick with ties?
Bro, no. I'm going all in with you, brother.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn. I was like, you. I want to hear this old school ass
Listen,
take.
it's 2025. Explain to me in a multi-billion fucking dollar empire like the NFL why a game will end 40-40. Like, I understand, like, when it was 1937 and fucking Scooter McNulty was playing right guard for the Kenosha Maroons, and he had to go fucking drive the milk truck at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, I get it. He's got work in the morning. We got to get everybody home. But these guys make too much fucking money to go, oh, well, looks like this one is the cat. The cat got this one. Like, what the fuck are we doing, man? You just had a banger of a game. In Dallas, huge stadium. Micah Parsons, first game back. George Pickens, 2 tugs. The Green Bay Packers offense spreading the ball around. Tucker Kraft playing hard-nosed football. Josh Jacobs muscling it into the end zone, and it ends in a fucking tie. That's like if right before the end of Star Wars, they're like, oh, that was it. I'm sorry, movie's over. You enjoyed the story up to here, but
No one died.
there is no ending. There's no Luke, I'm your father. There's no bookend at the end of the story, man. It's just I fucking hate ties.
I'm gonna have to get some merch for us. It says property of the Maroons, dude. Like,
Shout out listen, if you know fucking ball, you know the Kenosha Maroons,
I
man.
love that, bro. That's fucking
Come
awesome.
on, man.
I'm gonna get myself a Canton Bulldog shirt next.
Give me a Scooter McNulty Kenosha Maroons jersey, bro.
That's fucking awesome. But I will give you the reason why, though, sadly. I was trying to think of this today. I was like, why is it still a thing? And it got answered pretty quickly when you look at Jerry Jones' interview afterwards. This is an owner's choice because we're thinking about the winner. There has to be a winner. The owners are like, that means my team's got to lose. So I'd rather have us just tie and then we both win. Like that's the way he sees it because any loss is bad for the brand, and I think that's kind of weird, and I don't like that. I do want to see more toe to toe, get after it type of fucking football, even like college style. Make them go for two. I don't give a fuck. I do like the kickoff because I'm like, what if you could rotate like rushers and stuff like that, like and have different things like that. Also, like imagine like Miles Garrett overtime gets Steelers in Cleveland, palms that bitch, and they win the game type shit. That'd be awesome. I also think it would make kickers more part of the game. You know what I mean? Like make him more of a football player if those type of situations start to happen. I also wouldn't mind. I do like you was talking about earlier playing like a jackpot. If we did something like that, where it's like, all right, you got three wide receivers, three DBs, you're gonna have a center hike it to the QB, and we're gonna go Hail Mary for Hail Mary. Like, dude, that would be fucking nasty. Even throw it short and watch him run around. Like, you get one shot.
Oklahoma drills to decide like overtime on the 50-yard line right in the middle of the
Yeah.
field. You
Do you
pick
know
three,
how
we
long
pick
the
three.
Bills and Chiefs games would be if they ended in Hail Marys?
Oh,
With
this was
Hail
that'd be
Marys?
fucking
Mahomes and
electric.
Allen are going to be there till 7 a.m. the next day just hitting
Bro,
shit over top of each other.
I could instantly change the like Jerry Jones's mind about ties. I'll say, Jerry, listen, I know you're a man that likes his money. If all 50,000 of these people bought two more beers because we're going to 9 fucking overtimes, we're padding the pockets, man. It's like, Jerry, we're not thinking about the greenbacks, the dead prezzies, man. Let's make some real money. Let's
Yeah.
keep this bitch going till 3 in the morning.
That's what people don't get. People are like, oh, the fans, while they're there, they're enjoying. No, no, no. They usually cut you off in the stadiums at the fourth quarter. So if you got an overtime, we ain't reopening the vendors, bro. That's a lot of. You get me that
That's
much
true.
time post drinking,
True.
I'm a grumpy fucker. I want this. Someone score a touchdown. I need to get the fuck out of here. I'm getting sleepy. I need a cigarette. Like it's getting weird in here. Like I don't know. Also, I'd love to see that for a Browns game. Imagine drunk Browns fans all the way, four
Oh,
quarters
God.
more. 8 quarters
11
of drinking?
overtimes.
Yeah, dude, just that should turn to Bottlegate Part 2, bro. Someone's gonna tackle somebody on the field. Like that should be fucking buck wild. Game was awesome though. I thought it was pretty cool. I love Mike how Michael Parsons handled the whole thing. Like he's like my emotions are out of it. And Jerry makes me laugh, man. I'm a numbers guy, and the numbers make sense. So like, I love that shit more than anything. Why have one guy when you can have six? You know what I mean? Like, you know what though? I still say it. People don't know. He did this before with Herschel Walker. That's what he's banking on. He did this with
Mhm.
Herschel Walker and it won them 3 Super Bowls. It's a little late for that, bud. And then tonight, Battle of the Mids. Before we get to anything else unique in college football and push forward, Battle of the Mids are tonight. Bengals versus Broncos for the Monday night game. This will most likely be posted first thing tomorrow, or if I feel motivated, I'll post it tonight. But either way, this will be posted before those games. And obviously, most of you that are listening don't give a fuck. But we do have some Cincy fans that listen. We do. But I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to hear anything we have to say because I think you guys are ass cheeks right now, and you're going to stay being ass cheeks. But I am excited for some of the matchups, I guess, in a certain way. But TJ, you said earlier, man, you're a little excited for the battle of the mids: Dolphins, Jets, Bengals, Broncos. What are you looking forward to tonight that no one else is seeing?
Fellas, I shamelessly love shitty football. I love great elite football. I love shitty football. I love coaches on the hot seat, coaches that lost the locker room, fucked up defenses. Justin Fields got his shit knocked loose last week. He's back. Is he going to be himself? Is he not going to be himself? Bo Nix has been playing like he's got one eye open for the last couple weeks. So will he be able to fix it? So I could see the Cincy game with the Broncos becoming like kind of a shootout, kind of a high scoring game. Since he's got an awful defense, they might sling the rock around a little bit, but yeah, I'm just stoked for shitty football, man. I love primetime games about teams I don't care about because the teams that I enjoy watching just piss me off sometimes. So it's nice to disconnect from that and just
Al,
politely sit and watch somebody else's shit disaster roll off the fucking cliff.
yeah, what's that thing they call when you fall in love with like your captor? I think I've asked this before.
It's
Like
like Stockholm
Stockholm
syndrome or
syndrome.
You
something.
are
Yeah.
you are made to be a Browns fan, my friend. You are
Hell yeah,
looking at
brother.
this all the right way. You're seeing
Uh,
it all through the right eyes. You know what I'm saying? I do want to see Sertain versus Chase. You know that type of stuff. I could see. Maybe just do the Hail Mary game for 4 quarters. Just don't even roll out anybody else. Let's just see who can sling the ball a little bit. I am a little interested though with the Dolphins Jets. I do follow you on that because those are two very bad teams. And when I was a young kid on Madden, I used to do nothing but the bad teams. I don't know what it was. That was like my thing. Like I don't want to be like Tom Brady. I want to be Aaron Brooks with the Saints today. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah.
Like I want to run around with my Air Force Ones. Shout out that dude. Prediction wise, I think the Broncos definitely could beat the Bengals. That one's gonna be a little more exciting. And I'm actually hoping because the Jets have played really tough and fantasy wise, I need a little bit of love with Brees Hall. I think the Jets give the Dolphins the work. I think the Jets deserve it. They have the new coach. They're really hungry compared, I think, the Miami is. I just hope the Jets just get a good fucking classic dub against the Dolphins and keep that Dolphin seat hot as fuck. We said Lamar's hamstring, Cohen and Salah went after each other. I don't like the fact people are saying Salah said something after the fact. I think Salah was just trying to be a cool dude. Then he was like, "Don't fuck with me. You don't know me." I love that shit. And honestly, just look him on paper. Salah would kill that man. Like if we're
You
doing
would
like
slam him on his
ta-
fucking head.
tail of the tape type shit, you line him up,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh my god.
Like, dude, that dude would fucking crush you. And he's mad, you know what I'm saying? He's got poached jet syndrome, is what the Niners fans are calling it. Like, he's just grumpy as fuck, dude. And he lost Boza. He's not happy, man. No complaint filed for the dude that got jumped. I thought Isaiah Worthy coming back was kind of a wild thing that all the Chiefs need is one part. That's what pissed me off about the Chiefs. Just give them one fast slot. Next thing you know, they're Super Bowl contenders all over again. That's so fucking stupid. Yeah, Parsons came back to the Cowboys. I'll run through this one real fast. If you guys got anything that sticks out to you, we did talk Vikings Browns with the London game. You guys got anything else on that? I don't think so. We said it's gonna be tough. You know. Also, Vikings are kind of struggling. And are the Vikings staying out there, like
Yeah.
Ireland to London? What the?
That
They've
would
been out there
fucking
for two. They've been out there for
suck.
two. I think, and the Browns are actually traveling on tomorrow night. They leave. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
They're getting there like a couple days early, which I like because they're going to get practice there, be used to it. So I feel like some people are going to overblow that like advantage for the Vikings, especially if the Browns are still getting out there. What like
No, I think it's advantage for the
4
Browns.
days,
Fuck
4
being
days
out there.
early?
It's the
You know what I
Vikings.
mean?
That sucks.
So
Yeah. For the Vikings, that's worse. I think it's advantage Browns on that. Being out there that long with a bunch of grown ass men trying to keep them in line with their families and so forth. God damn, dude. You couldn't do that with the NBA. They'd fucking get burned on a stake somewhere because they'd be fucking everyone's bitches out there, bro. Like you had the NBA team do a little tour in Europe, bro. They're gonna have to get ran out of town because every fucking single mom's got a new baby. Niners at Rams.
Hell yeah.
Niners at Rams Thursday night football. I'm actually very excited for this. It's kind of it's the battle of the top three. I don't think Arizona's gonna cut it. They can. I just hope they don't. But I'd like to see that Niners versus Rams at SoFi. We own SoFi Stadium and we travel very fucking well. Lions at Bengals. I thought that one's kind of just fun. I love the hometown shit, but Lions are going to run them. Raiders at Colts, Giants at Saints, Cowboys at Jets, Broncos at Eagles, Dolphins at Panthers, Texans at Ravens, Titans at Cardinals, Buccaneers at Seahawks, Commanders at Chargers. These are weird matchups. I don't like any one of these actually. Patriots at Bills is Sunday night football. I don't understand what year is this? I don't need to see Patriots Bills.
NFL rivalry jerseys, baby.
Oh yeah, that's cool. But then Chiefs Jaguars Monday night.
Yeah.
Like what? Eric says we gotta flex these bitches, bro. This shit should be illegal. Like this, like TJ was saying earlier with the overtime thing. There is way too much money on the line. You're missing some gray area here where you can make even more money by having some better primetime games. It's crazy how the NFL can do that and still run the viewership boards, not even be threatened by a fucking sliver from any other sport. Before we move over to some crazy college football, we're doing a great pacing here. We have some crazy ass games to go over. You guys got anything left with the NFL?
Yeah, first week of bye weeks, boys. Atlanta, Chicago, Green Bay, Pittsburgh. Get those fantasy lineups straight. Make the trades this week. If you are, it's just the first. Those are the first four: Atlanta, Chicago, Green Bay, Pittsburgh, all on a bye week. Which means Cleveland gets Pittsburgh off a bye week. Super fucking fun. Let's go.
Love that. Love that.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Oh, that's. I thank you for saying that. I actually forgot bye weeks are happening. I was like, man, why these games are weird. No, that's why. Not everyone's playing. Okay, some NCAA. I don't even know what to go over first, dude. What a fucking weekend. I guess we should just hit Ohio State, Washington real quick because that kind of, I know, kind of wrote itself out where Ohio State kind of handled business. I will say this. I thought Washington against Ohio State was interesting in the first quarter, first half, mainly because if Washington didn't shoot themselves in the foot, they should have been up by damn near a couple touchdowns in that first quarter. I love Clark's fucking eating a giant ass burrito right now for those of you just
Sorry, boys.
listening.
I have it on mute, but I'm fucking
Oh, you're
starving. I
good.
gotta
Nah,
eat.
eat, baby. Fucking
Brother,
get
eat.
after it. You look like a dog on his bone right there, dude. That's but dude, I really thought Washington, they shot themselves in the foot hard. Like they had a couple good you have the number one team in the country at your place with the home game winning streak on the line, and you had literally gifts handed to you. I always said it's always annoying for me to watch teams play against Ohio State because it's like they put a spell on the other team. It's like they don't know how to operate. It's like they're intimidated by the colors, intimidated by the name on the uniform, especially if they don't play them that often. And I was like, man, Washington, you could really do this. And, hit with the broken run. I thought at first when Coleman took off for that first run, I was like, man, I'm waiting for that text from TJ that I'm a genius. If this kid runs for 150 yards, Washington just wins the game. I've been calling this since I've been feeling this. Didn't happen. Your guys' D line fucking nasty. And that's all I gotta say. What do you guys take away from that, Buckeye fans?
I'll start. But so one thing I do want to say, which I don't know if I like it, I don't know if I hate it. Something that's clear with Ryan Day this season is they are going to stick to the fucking game plan that they have to start a game. And I kind of don't hate it because it is working. And so I think it's a good thing for when the bigger games are gonna roll around, like Penn State, Michigan again, the Big Ten championship, if we make it there. It's very clear that Hartline and Day are locked in at the same, like they're on the same wavelength right now, which is really good, I think. It's very clear they're on the same wavelength with how they're gonna play. Sometimes it is a slow pace of play to start, but it picks up when it needs to. It's been getting the job done. And like Jackie already said, I mean, Caden Curry had 9 solo tackles, 3 sacks, and 5 tackles for loss. That guy on the other side of the line, Caden McDonald, had 4 solos, 2 sacks, and 3 tackles for loss. Defense just dominated again. Every time they made the red zone, we just shut them up. We just stopped them. That's all I got, though. I mean, keep it rolling, Buckeyes. Minnesota at home this week, right? Our only night game of the season,
Minnesota.
which probably won't be that interesting. But of course, that's our night game. Let's not make Penn State the night game because Fox.
Yeah.
We're the only people that
Yeah.
make money for Fox, apparently. But TJ, what you got on the game, big dog?
Yeah, I thought early, I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh, Washington showed up to play, man. I'm like, we're in their house. But I feel like sometimes, like Jack said about Ohio State putting a spell on the other team, I think teams come out sometimes and just blow their wad too early when it comes to the Buckeyes. It like everything they have on their team on their call sheet that they have circled and keyed in on, like we can fucking gouge them here. They run all that shit in the first 15 minutes of the game, and then for the rest of the game, you're playing a very talented Buckeye defense that honestly, like, the game plan is conservative, like for sure conservative. Like this is not a typical Buckeyes offense, over our like fandom, like
Over
the
the Ryan Day
year.
era, especially.
Yeah,
Over the Ryan Day era, especially.
it's different. So it kind of makes me panic a little bit, or it made me panic a little bit, like, oh shit. But I realize, like, when you have a defense like the one that we have, like, you can rely on them, and the favors that you can do for that defense are putting together those long drives and dinking and dunking and running the ball a lot. And like you said, I see this as being a gradual build
Linear.
uh,
Yep.
of the offense of
Yep.
Julian saying, it's one thing to go out and throw heaters 60 yards down the field against Grambling State, but you don't want to go to Washington and throw a first quarter pick if they're up 3. I get it. So yeah, it's conservative. It's not what we're used to. Washington, obviously, like a pretty talented team. Like I was impressed. I have never watched a Washington game like closely enough to see like their atmosphere, and it was as dope as they said it was. I was super stoked on it.
I was just about to say that, dude. I was texting people during the game. Obviously, I haven't watched a ton of Washington home games, like ever. But dude, that stadium was rocking, dude. Like you could hear it over the TV. Like I'll send you a video later, but they showed how Ohio State did the silent count that they haven't had to do before. I thought that was cool that they actually were able to figure that out. That made me happy. They kind of figured it out on the fly. Like they didn't even practice it this week. They figured it out on the fly. They did with the garden center thing that most teams are doing now with the silent count. But no, so shout out to that, because that is, like, we were talking about cool stadiums earlier. One of us probably should have mentioned that. Not that we'd want to go to it that bad, but like that atmosphere they showed up for that game, man. Their fans showed up. They packed that stadium's crazy. It's beautiful. The sailgating looks so much fun, but yeah,
And
that's all.
like two things real quick. Like one, I wanted to say, just because it's a criticism of the Buckeyes on a regular basis, we got some shitty calls that went in our favor. Like the sideline interference call, like I understand that call, but to me it's like it's first quarter of a big game. I wouldn't call that. And then what, there was a roughing the passer. Is
Yeah,
that what it
yeah.
ended up being?
On
That I just
3rd and 20, I think. Or on 2nd and
yeah.
20, it was going to be 3rd and 20.
I just flat out disagree. So I feel like an insecure Buckeyes fan. Like every time there's a bad call, I have to say, look, I get it. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that was a shit call. It is what it is. And then second, did you get the vibe, Eric, that who was it? Musburger had like a hate boner watching Ohio State play? Like I kind of got the feeling like, for as cool as the stadium was, that he was kind of leaning towards the upset. He just seemed like off, like a grumpy old fucker, like just
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
shit.
Like,
I'm like,
so,
dude, it's a fucking fantastic game. You're on the Pacific Ocean or a lake or some shit with the sunset. Beautiful
dude,
game.
that commentating was one of the most worst Ohio State games in recent memory. I remember they were awful, dude. I couldn't stand those fuckers talking in that game. I had to turn the volume off. They were so bad. They were
Yeah.
so bad. And then the call on Jed Fish, you're talking about the first quarter. How do you not get a warning? It's always a warning before you get flagged
Yeah,
for it.
that's what I thought too.
Like that's always a warning before you get flagged for. How do you not get a warning? Maybe he was just saying some crazy shit at that ref. Maybe he was just going off at that ref, and that ref's like, "Hey, you know what? First time you piss me off, it's flying. It's flying."
It's got to be a warning. Can you think of a time where that's ever been called like instantly into like in a game?
No, the first offensive drive of the game, right? Wasn't it the
Yeah.
first offensive drive of the game? Yeah. No, never.
I could tell you one, and he's coaches for Notre Dame, and he actually has a guy hired. I don't know, Clark, if you noticed, there's a guy now hired to watch Freeman because that boy comes at
Pull
the
his
refs.
fucking britches back.
He comes at the refs like a fucking pit bull, dude. Like he's had it
Fuck the
first.
refs.
He's had the first drive. I'll see it sometimes. We'll get to Notre Dame, but I've seen it where like I'm the same way as TJ. Like I'm big on fair calls. Like I will yell if that, even if like there's a, Arkansas had a couple where it's like that's not on that's not on Arkansas. That's fucking bullshit. I just want a clean game. But I have seen Notre Dame games against like nobody, against like maybe like an Air Force or like, you know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, Freeman's like, you better motherfucker. I'm like, Freeman, they called it. It's called. He's been so mad. There's been one time NBC called it where he's yelling at them and the ref is pointing at the flag. And then if you see Freeman go, my bad. like it's like, bro, relax, dude.
Bro,
Oh,
they should throw a flag on his fucking pants.
oh, dude.
Why is he wearing his sister's jeans to the fucking game, dude?
NIL boosters, dude. The women,
What
the
the
rich women,
fuck?
the rich Notre Dame women.
That's how I got the money. Like, hey, you gotta wear these tight pants if I'm gonna donate.
Yeah, all the old white women that like love butts. They're
Dude,
like, oh, that Marcus Freeman, he's beautiful.
that's all my aunt talks about it nonstop,
I
dude.
was about to
And
get dirty. I was about
yeah,
to get dirty.
yeah, dude, yeah,
Eric gonna get us canceled, man.
dude. I think it's funny with like, with Big J, my stepdad, he'll look at the screen and he'll just be like, get his dick root off the goddamn camera. He's like, those pants. He's like, there's kids watching. Like, he gets so fucking pissed off. I love it though. Hey, you know what, dude? Freeman lifts in front of his players to show dominance. I love that shit in college football, dude. I fucking do. Ohio State, Washington, though, I thought, you know what? I'll say this. I don't know what you guys were hitting on. For Ohio State's first big game, other than Texas. Texas, I don't count week one big games because you never know what the fuck you're dealing with. It's just chaos. And that game was chaos because it just was low scoring. I thought Ohio State handled it perfectly. I've seen Ohio State go into some tough situations in away games where like sometimes things get a little slippery. It did not. You guys just held on, held tight. I do think the game plan thing is weird though, Eric, because I don't really, of course, like I watch Ohio State closely. I try to in a way, because I hate, so I'm a professional hater, so I have to know a little bit what I'm talking about to pick my moments. I don't know if I don't understand, but I don't you guys have unique play calling, but you have the best player, couple players, but you have the best player on offense. And you guys are kind of have this slow dink and dunk, go give and take offense. Whenever you have a big play, it's like it's just perfectly designed. It's not on accident. Like there isn't that Ohio State spunk you're used to seeing with like even Will Howard was actually pretty good at this. That's Oregon really showed it. Like we're like roll out of the pocket, see somebody, throw it deep. I feel like I've been so used to seeing Ohio State break plays open against lesser talent. And I'm not saying Washington is not good. Like they should have had some AP poll voting. They probably should have been ranked potentially for that game.
Probably after the loss, even I would think, honestly.
I
Look
thought
at
they
that
were.
AP.
I'll say this. I'm glad you said that. I almost forgot. So I stand by Notre Dame still being ranked, and I stood by Notre Dame being 0-2. If we're going to do it that way, then Washington deserves to be ranked after losing against the #1 team in the country like that. It wasn't a bad loss. It was a competitive loss all the way to like it really was. And if we're gonna give flowers to competitive losses, why not fucking hand it out to Washington in that situation if you're going to hand it out to Notre Dame? Yes, I know Notre Dame's roster showing itself. Look at the last two games. Like, we're seeing what we're supposed to be. I don't know. I just thought Washington should have moved up after a loss, which is wild to say, but I just thought they should have. You guys got anything else on that before we haul ass? I think me and Clark will probably touch on some Notre Dame real quick, and then we'll get our
Well,
reactions.
Yeah, so like leading into the Notre Dame segment, I just wanted to ask and see what you and Mike think. I don't have an opinion on it, but I'm just curious what you guys think. If you replace Ohio State with Notre Dame, does Notre Dame beat that Washington team?
Yeah.
Do you
Oh,
think
yeah.
handedly?
No. I think it'd be the way Ohio State's was. I don't think Ohio State did it handedly until later. I think it'd be long. I think it'd be very similar to the way Notre Dame handedly beat Texas A&M last year. Where like everyone talked about Notre Dame just dominated them, but the final score was like 7-17. That's not handing it to nobody, but it feels like they did. I think it'd be like that 100%. Especially when you see just how we're kind of doing this. We haven't really changed too much offensively, other than getting the running backs more touches. But we're giving them the same touches in the same ways that we were against teams like Miami. So like it kind of makes me feel a lot better. Like we didn't just flip the script to like, oh, let's just make sure we run the ball over and over again because we don't know how to do anything. All the off-season stuff's out the window. We lost the first two games. No, they stuck with it, and it's kind of cool to see it work. So, oh, this is what you guys thought would happen in Miami that first week when you made Jeremiah Love go out to wide receiver more often. Oh, this is what you thought would happen when you switch Price and Love's rotation the way you do. Oh, okay, I see it now. I think the difference is the defense needed to be changed, of course, to catch up. I do think Washington would give us a lot of fits with that quarterback and that running back for sure. Do I think Washington scores more points against Notre Dame? Yes. But do I think Notre Dame wins by a couple touchdowns? Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I was just curious because like watching Washington, it kind of reminded me of like if Ohio State switched places with Notre Dame and that's Notre Dame going into Washington on Saturday night, the profiles of the game are kind of the same as like the Notre Dame Texas A&M game where the Washington's quarterback can kind of play when the play breaks down, they'll run the ball. So like I just thought it was kind of similar, like Notre Dame's coverages might break down as the play goes longer and longer and longer and might lose guys, in coverage. So I was just curious to see what you guys thought.
Actually, that's a really good way to put it because that's the one of the so I know Ohio State doesn't have a chance to lose many games. But I look as a Notre Dame fan, I have that eye that most people don't because I'm a Notre Dame fan of those sneaky things. Because as a Notre Dame fan, they're like times 10 to us because of the way Notre Dame is for some reason. And I love that you said it because that's kind of what my feel was with Ohio State going into Washington was like, Ohio State's going to win, but they're not going to look like the Buck guys. Like, you know the difference. Like, there's like the Buck guys are the Buck guys. They put up their 21 points in the first quarter. Half the people wonder why game day was even there in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And like that's just the way they roll. But like they just, shout out to Washington though. Really, like sincerely. They put a fight up and they deserve to be ranked. Switched over to Notre Dame with Arkansas. Now I understand Arkansas just lost their coach. I love that guy. He's the one that always says cold beers. I need a cold beer. Every time he wins a game. I thought he was. A lot of people said, even like Josh Pate, all those guys talked about Pate, where like they were just like that guy was made for Arkansas, right? I think some people are seeing like, oh, they're one of the worst defenses in SEC. blah 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 blah. That's why Notre Dame was able to do that. I'd like to pause you for a second. They barely lost a couple games. Like those games that they lost already were against worthy opponents, and it was late fumbles to win the game. Also, I'd like to say Arkansas was kind of circled on Notre Dame's schedule because of the uniqueness of the situation. Notre Dame usually doesn't handle those situations very well. Add another place. SEC, God forbid, no matter what level it is. Add a noon kickoff. It was totally out of our element, and I was a little worried Notre Dame would play out of their element because of that. We have the freshman quarterback. We haven't been that consistent in defense, but we didn't. I'll start with the offense first, man. I know people love is an interesting thing being used. Do I like it all the way? No, but his numbers look odd if you guys have looked at him. I think he had 54 yards total after a crazy game. The second half they really fucking stuffed him a lot. But the way they're able to use him in the passing game, the way they're able to spread him out is fucking amazing. And I know the commentators were getting a little bit of shit for comparing him to Reggie Bush, but I think they weren't really just talking about stats. They were just talking about how easy he makes every position look. Like Reggie Bush did that. Like when you put your running back out wide receiver and you have to worry about him more than your number one wide receiver, that's a talent. That's irreplaceable. And I think Love still has his. I'm not saying he still has a chance for the Heisman, but I do think the Heisman's still up for grabs. And I think if he can continue having crazy games like that, four quarter, halves, or four touchdown halves, maybe turn those into like a 5 touchdown game, 6 touchdown game, 200 yards overall. I think he could do that. But overall, game plan wise was fucking amazing. Shout out to the transfers actually getting a groove with things. And shout out to CJ Carr getting a groove with things. I thought we played really fast. At one point, the game was 14-10. So I was a little worried at that point, but we instead of being Notre Dame and hiding from it, they put their foot on the fucking gas, harder than ever, and that just shows you. We talked about in the group chat. That shows you the difference of having a potentially elite quarterback. Most time Notre Dame always has to run that clock out if they're in that position, and then it puts them in a lot of tight positions where the quarterback only really throws on third downs. We don't do that. We're throwing on first down now, and for me, that's a huge difference for Notre Dame football. I'll give a big shout out to the defense. We didn't give up a score in the second half. I thought we were kind of repeating ourselves a little bit in the first half. I'm like, man, we're really not. We're getting stops, but they're like lucky stops, right? Like they're just a missed throw here or there in situations like that. But instead, they really gutted down. We have 2 freshman DBs playing right now due to the injuries, and you could really feel those boys get their groove. Like they really showed out.
Played
And
well.
then yeah, and then like that transfer kid from Virginia Tech is safety too. Like that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like Notre Dame, that turnover was hard on us, and playing those worthy opponents. And I've Texas A&M, they're ranked 6th now. You know what I mean? Miami at 3rd. Like keep that train rolling for them. Like it's looking better and better for us. We'll get to that, at the end of this little rant with me and Clark, if they're gonna make the playoff or not. But I think if they play like this consistently, they can. And shout out to Jadarian Price. Finally, I think what was really holding back that running back room from being recognized as the best was Jadarian Price. Eric said it earlier in the pod a couple weeks ago, where like Penn State's running back room might be a little bit better because Price isn't as good as them. I think now that's out the window. I think Price is actually a better running back than Love is. Love's just a better playmaker and football player. Love can play literally anything. Jadarian Price is a fucking running back, and every time a guy touches the ball, he's the most yards per touch. Guy's so fucking fast. And the captains really showed out. Will Poling from Wisconsin, everything like that. I'm happy with it. We have Boise State next week. And we just gotta run the table. I don't hear shit about the schedule. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like everyone wants to pinpoint Notre Dame's schedule. Who gives a? I'm over it. Like that thing. Like when people talk to me about Notre Dame's schedule, I've been hearing that since I was a little ass kid. I don't give a fuck. I don't. I just don't. USC loss does not help us at all. But we'll get to that. Clark, how'd you feel, man? I know I ran through a lot of that, but like, man, just like a good fucking classic fucking dub for Notre Dame fighting Irish.
Yeah, the passing game looks really good. I really hope with Carr showing being like the quarterback he could be that we start to get we really need a big time playmaking receiver, like a guy like a Jeff Samardzija, Michael Floyd, or a Golden Tate.
Malachi Fields, man.
Yeah, and I hope he can. I think he's a senior, correct? So he won't be here.
He's transfer from Virginia, the big
Yeah,
kid.
I would really, and he is potentially pretty good, but like I hope like going forward, recruiting wise, everyone with knowing Carr's going to be there for another few years. Like I really hope that brings some guys in because he can be really fucking good. Like I have really high hopes for him. And I think he's a damn good quarterback. I really like what you said. I'm looking at some stats here. from the team this year, and I think you hit it right in the nail about Price being a better running back and Love being a better weapon. I mean, Price is averaging 6.8 yards a carry right now. He's got one more touchdown than Love, rushing wise, and like he's fucking super good, man. Is he a senior? What is his? So he's a junior.
Junior. Yep. He'll be
Yeah.
back
So
next year, everyone says.
I hope so, because I'd really like to see him get like all the carries himself, and that'd be fucking awesome to watch to see what he could put up yard wise. But it was a good game. Defense, finally looking a little bit better. I felt bad, man. It looked like that Arkansas team kind of quit. Like after the second half, they kind of really quit on their coach, and I saw I got canned, and that's always fucking. That's just got to be rough, you know. And I didn't think Arkansas was that good of a team, but it's nice to see Notre Dame get back on track, and I'm hoping, like you said, fuck the schedule at this point. I really hope just to see the team gel, and if we get an opportunity to go in the playoffs, I hope the boys step up to it. One thing I didn't get to say earlier, I was really thinking about for all football. One game I really hope I get to watch this year is Ohio State Oregon Big Ten Championship, because that game is gonna be fucking electric. That is gonna be so goddamn good. I didn't get to watch a lot of the Penn State Oregon game,
It was such
but
So
I
good.
heard if my dad stays up till 11:45 on a deer hunting weekend to watch that game, I know it's fucking good,
Yeah.
because he ain't doing that shit. So, but yeah, Notre Dame's looking good, and I hope they keep it going. I'm excited to watch them play USC. I know USC losing. That USC quarterback that's the first time I watched him. He had some fucking throws in that game that was like, holy fuck, and like it'd be cool to see him play Notre Dame. And I felt bad because that wasn't even on the USC quarterback. The USC defense I know they had a few guys out. I saw get injured, like their corners and shit, and the defense lost in that game there at the end. But things are looking up for Notre Dame. I know it sucked, and one thing I'll still say to this day, and I don't know if it'll always be like that. Towards the end of the season, but we lost 2 games by a total of 4 points to some two really good college football teams. Miami, I think, is number 2 now. I know Texas A&M's top 10. Like, and I keep seeing, like, I try to stay off social media with Notre Dame shit because, like, all videos pop up and everyone's just shitting on them. I try not to, like, fucking talk shit in comments, but, like, it's just frustrating. I think this team is really good, and due to the weird scheduling, I don't know how much fucking ground we're gonna make up in the rankings, but if the boys get a shot, I got faith they'll make the most of it. I really do.
I love that you say that. So I want to ask this to you and I want the boys' opinion too, as non Notre Dame guys. But what's really interesting to me is why is it that okay, last year Notre Dame had the worst loss on this out of everybody, the worst loss in all of college football. But they were silent killers to slowly rise, and no one really gave a fuck. No one talked about how weak their schedule was. Their schedule last year overall was weaker than this year by far.
Yeah,
We did not have that Miami Texas, and Texas A&M was hot for a second, but they fell off. So like it's not even close so far. But we had the worst loss, but yet we still perfectly slid into the playoff. No questions asked. No one even debated it. No one even said anything. It's also why I think we had a lot of success because we didn't have that usual monkey on our back like we usually do to earn it. But if you'd have told me last year, I would have thought we'd had a better chance to make the playoff with 2 losses like that than to lose in Northern Illinois as a Notre Dame team and get in.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Is that you guys like? Isn't that? But the story's not like that.
I
This year.
think for me, the way I think about it, one, I do think Notre Dame's going to run the table on the way I'll make the playoffs. I think that thing about them not making the playoffs is kind of crazy.
Mhm.
But I'll like counterpoint that with, I don't think there's margin for error now. Like you can't
No.
lose one more game. You just can't.
No.
And you guys shouldn't, honestly, looking at the schedule. USC will be a tough game because that's like a rivalry, you know.
Yep.
And USC's not a bad team by any stretch.
No.
But I'm just saying, like, I think that's why it's such a talking point right now, is because it's just there's no margin for error now, especially without like this is where like the conference championship shit comes into play.
Yep.
If you get like if Ohio State somehow went 9-3 but won the Big Ten, they'd probably make it in. You know what I mean? Or like Oregon somehow went 9-3, or Penn State went 9-3, but they make the Big Ten championship and beat the other big out of the Big Ten, they probably get in. That's where it's for Notre Dame. You just don't have a margin for error here throughout the rest of the season, but they should be fine. I think they're playing good football. Like I said, I think that USC game's about the only one worth circling right now, right?
And it's at home for Notre Dame this year.
Yeah,
So that's
so-
a huge.
Yeah.
Just I think it's only a storyline because there's just no margin for error now. I think that's all it is.
Yeah, and I don't, and it's funny. I said this last year, and I'll repeat it this year. Everyone gives us shit for not being in a conference, but they don't feel the sympathy for us that they should. They think of it as like such a great thing all the time. It is until these situations happen. Because if we had a conference championship, say we're in the ACC, that's where we would be probably, right? Our schedule with that, and already playing a bunch of ACC teams like we are, we're definitely the favorites to win the ACC, and we're automatically getting in. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, we don't have that. So like, people are like, "Oh, join a conference." We're like, "Well, sure. I see why you're mad at us for not being in a conference, but don't have that same energy with me when we potentially might not get in because we're not in a goddamn conference." You know what I'm saying? Like, understand that. We understand the threat we have here. But if we keep playing like that, blowing people out, Notre Dame's too big of a brand. The brand thing's going to change.
Be fine. They should be fine, man.
The brand thing's going to be the biggest thing. And as a Notre Dame fan, there's parts that makes me insecure, but there's also parts that where it's like, bro, we're just like the New York Yankees. Fucking fuck you. I don't care. Hate me all you want. Like, you can't change history. You know what I'm saying? And with a good coach like Freeman, you know, and that's the other thing. It's a good look, right? Like, if we had Brian Kelly, we saw what he fucking did. Brian Kelly made Notre Dame look worse almost because just you couldn't trust him. You can't trust Notre Dame. It's different now. People are like, "Oh, they got the coach," even though Notre Dame fans don't always believe that. I don't always believe that. When they came out flat, I was like, "Get the fuck out!" It's ironic the Arkansas coach got fired afterwards because I'm over here going, "Fuck Freeman, get him the fuck out of here." Hire Al Golden back from the Bengals, make him the goddamn head coach, and let's fucking roll, dude. That's all I keep fucking saying. But you know what, Freeman, you're safe for another week, dog. I'll be screaming at the Navy game, Syracuse game, God knows what fucking game.
You know what, bro? Like, I don't mean to like put on my crown as the king of nuance, but like, dog, Notre Dame is one good hold and a Texas A&M tight end making an amazing catch away from that being a gritty fucking win.
Yeah.
And if had the Texas A&M player dropped the ball in the end zone, people would have the next day said this fucking Notre Dame team got a gritty fucking win. Like, they really, after the Miami game, they really showed up with their balls. They went to fucking war with the Aggies and they pulled it off, albeit like sloppily. But that's so fucking close to the narrative being completely different. And I don't know if mainstream college football, I'm not going to say analysts, but just the mainstream college football voice, I don't know if they're like considering that like, you know, just how different the tune would be sang if a couple things go different in that game.
I would argue to say this. I said this actually over the weekend. I love that you guys are saying things for me to forget that I forgot. I think if Notre Dame's undefeated right now, we're ranked number one. I think if we're not ranked number one, of course, Ohio State's right there to rank number one. But if Miami's still rolling hot, Texas A&M is supposed to be rolling hot, I think we're right there to have votes as number one. If we're not number one, we have half the votes with you guys. That's how close it is. And that's where people say, why is Notre Dame still ranked 2-2? Or why were they ranked 0-2? It's because that margin of error meant we could have been the number one team in the goddamn country. That's why we're still ranked. And also, who gets pissed? Like, the rankings, we've said before, like, if they matter, they don't matter. I don't understand. People get so fucking weird about that. I'm not mad. We're at 22. I always say number 20 to 25 is all subjective. Like, you're not going to get that fucking right. You're always going to have someone that's out of the question.
Well, if you guys were undefeated after week 3 and Penn State was undefeated after week 3, you would have a far better case for number 3 than you would like Penn State having number 3. Like, I'm not gonna say you guys should outrank the Buckeyes after 2 ranked wins. Let's not get crazy.
But I'm comparing it to your schedule, though.
Yeah, I
Texas sucks ass. That don't look good no more. And Washington isn't even ranked, and you guys barely fucking walked out of there.
Hey, I hear you. I'm just saying.
We were fine in that game, dog.
I'm just saying, man.
I watched the game. Fine's one thing. Fine ain't dominating the game or nothing like that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what's fucking pissing me off. And also, Ohio State's gonna get theirs too. Julian Sain, I've been holding back. Just wait. They've been playing great, and I like Julian Sain. I really do, because I don't know what it is. I think the kid's, I don't know. He's just classy in his own way. I like
classy.
But but my fucking point is, though, is it's like, man, all these narratives are flying around. Notre Dame hears all these narratives because we fucking started the way we did. We can't change that. That sucks. But, man, how unfair it is all across the board with all these different things, flip-flopping all over the place. I'm like, man, fuck that, bro. Fuck that, bro. I say playing Grambling State, and we're out here fucking balling against people, and we're not even in a conference. That's our fault. That's what pisses me off. This is self-inflicted fucking bullshit. We could run the table with a bunch of fucking nobodies, but we're like, oh, you know, it'd be cool on the schedule for some money. let's throw these guys on there. Remember the convicts versus Catholics? That was dope. Don't play them when they have Ward and we could look like gods against them. No, play them when they have a good fucking team. And
Yeah.
Ohio State can have a primetime game against OU while Texas was at noon. What the fuck is going on, dude? It pisses me the fuck off, dude.
I had to
Oh,
stir the pot. It's been a
Uh,
while since we stirred Jack's Notre
Boys,
Dame
Oh.
Ohio
it is
State
too
pot.
late for us to start arguing about Notre Dame and Ohio State. That game is so far away right now. I
It's
hope
gonna
we
happen
get
again.
it. I hope we get it.
I hope so too. Neutral field. You guys feeling all
that's,
good?
That's when we film the live pod.
Yeah.
Heavy. You know what they say, boys. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Go Bucks, baby.
Oh my God. Got fucking Ryan Day's stepchild in here, bro. Both of you. All three of you. Fuck. And Clark's the one that hates his dad. That's how fucking good Clark is.
Yeah.
Fucking A, dude. Anyways. Man, sorry, I'm fucking. You know what we do need though? Last point about Notre Dame. We need more losses that we've been seeing. I need Florida State to lose like they did against Virginia, make Alabama look worse. I need Alabama
Yeah.
to lose against Vandy. I need more upsets. I need LSU to look weird because LSU's win against Clemson don't even look as good as Notre Dame's losses right now. So we need more of that. That's what made me feel good after this weekend, not just with the win with Arkansas. It's watching all Georgia lose the way they did at home. It's like, oh, everyone's got a little chink in their armor right now. Let's utilize that as much as we fucking can as fucking Notre Dame fans and just keep that momentum up here where we just win out every day. Let other people lose. And that's the benefit of not being in the conference because they're going, oh, you can only have 3 from this conference, 3 from this. You know what I mean? Let that fucking cook. We'll be there. We'll play Ohio State. You know what? I want. You know what I want? I want Ohio State to run the table. I want Ohio State to beat Michigan's ass, and I want them to feel as good as they did when they went to. They had Michigan come to their house last year. And I want Notre Dame to play the same fucking way Michigan did last year and have you guys fucking running around feeling all good. But you ain't got Jack Sawyer no more, bitch. You can't hide behind his ass. We're going to fucking come after it, dude. Missed 7 starters last year. 7.
Hey, at least Notre Dame's quarterback can throw the ball farther than 9 yards for a completion this year.
No, that
You might,
scares
you,
you know
you
what's-
might.
You know what my uncle told me, dude? That fucking set me off because now it's like got my wheels spinning. God, you guys are getting I keep forgetting this shit. So he's like, man, if CJ Carr keeps playing like that, we might just have to come take him from you. And I was like, oh no. They're like, I was like, yeah,
Oh
I can be able to get him. I
God.
was like, Julian Sain's young too. He goes, oh, I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking, maybe a good year here at Notre Dame, a good year. You have a good year next year at Notre Dame, and we're kind of done with Julian by then. And maybe CJ needs another year before he goes to the NFL, and Notre Dame just couldn't pull it off for him. I'm like, dude, no.
Don't even put that
Yeah.
in the air.
That's
Hey,
what I'm saying, bro.
CJ, you like $9 million? How does that sound?
Yeah.
Hey, CJ, you like God, bud?
You want to go to heaven, baby boy?
Yeah, fucking, you better stay here, buddy. Fucking A, dude. Oh, that's hilarious. I'm sweating now. Other games, Oregon, Penn State, fucking nuts. I'll hit that one first because I know that was a little bit more on our radar, I think, than Georgia, Alabama was on the spot. Dude, I'll just say it's classic Penn State fumble of the situation. Oregon was just a better team. I think if that was played at Oregon, it was a really close game, right? But I think if that was played at Oregon, Oregon wins by like 10. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude.
Absolutely.
That game was so bad. So Dante Moore, that's the first time I got to watch him live, and just watch the whole game. Dude, he's a dog. And then Oregon,
Yeah.
that Oregon running back that went for like 8 or 9 yards a carry is a true freshman, dog. Like that guy, what? Going for 8.5 against Penn State.
He's averaging 10 a
at
carry
Penn State and
throughout the year.
Dude, you guys see the
He's
James
legit.
Franklin presser after the game where he's just like, I know what the accusations are, and he's just like, but they're real, like they're true.
They're
That he doesn't
facts.
win big games. And I was like, God, James Franklin going out there and saying the haters were right is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to make
admits
I'm about to make one of those wild edits and be like, I know what the accusations are, and then boom, like fucking Jerry Sandusky right there in fucking front of him. Fuck you, Penn State. Dude, you know what I don't like about Coach Franklin, though, is his arrogance beforehand. You see him with game day. You see him with everybody. He thinks he's the fucking man. I mean, he thought that last year against Freeman where he kept calling him Marcus instead of Coach. Like, dude, little shit like that. Like, he needs to check himself. And Dan Lanning looked like he did a line of goddamn cocaine before he got interviewed. What the he was...
He
Yeah,
might
I'm
be
like-
my non-favorite Notre Dame coach in college football, dude.
He's my
fucking
non-favorite
awesome.
Ohio State coach.
Yeah, he's
in college
awesome.
football.
He's one of those guys I could see that stays in college coaching forever and doesn't leave like Oregon.
I have no fucking evidence behind this, but I have a feeling if I met Dan Lanning, he'd be 5'3". He gives such fucking short guy energy to me. Like he showed up jawing like Ricky Martin at the Grammys, fucking screaming before his fucking.
He's 6'3".
No shit.
So you say that's little man energy, but you're here to fucking back up Ryan Day, who's the definition. He let an old fucking man piss him off. That's how little he is, bro.
If Dan Lanning is 6'3", I'll shit in my hat. Prove it. Pull a
He's an
measuring tape
athlete.
out.
He's an
Pull a
athlete.
measuring tape out.
Let's do
I'll
coach
shit
for coach.
in my hat.
Hey,
Dude,
the same website says Ryan Day is 6'4".
Oh, yeah, see? That's grown man height. Come on now.
Oh my god.
Let's look at Ryan Day next to Jeremiah Smith for the true measurement.
Ryan Day's 6'4", dude. I would have shit my pants if I met him in person after talking all this shit. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And his fucking dyed beard is at my forehead type shit. I'd be pissed off, dude.
Bro,
Fuck that. Let's do coach for coach, dude.
Dude, on the Penn State game real quick, like, listen, I know, like, we can agree hand in hand. Oh, man, no.
That motherfucker my height, dude.
Coach Day was bent over a little. He was saying, "At a boy, great job."
Yeah, he's always bent over, dude.
He got scoliosis. That's why.
Yeah,
he'd be 6'7".
Why he has
He
a
slipped a
complex. They bullied me in high school. That's what he reminds me of, dude.
So, like, I know we can relate kind of over our Penn State hate, but like watching them play, I'm fascinated at how such like a good and capable team has such a clunky, weird offense. I'm like, you guys got so much talent on offense, and like, I don't think it fits Drew Aller at all. And I think if Julian Sayin was the quarterback for Penn State, they would be a fucking problem. But something about Drew Aller is like, what are those medieval catapults? A trebuchet?
Oh yeah,
It's like he's like a fucking trebuchet. Like when he throws the ball, you got to drop the counterweight. It fucking swings around, and then the fucking ball goes. It's like he takes a second. He's not taking 1, 2, 3 drops and ripping fucking hitches on the sideline. Like it takes him a minute. You know, he's a big dog. It takes a minute. And I think Penn State is like running the kind of offense for that Julian Sayin, like quick, dotty type player.
We're running a JT Barrett offense with Drew playing quarterback.
It's just clunky. And it's like, man, like for a team that has like, to me now, listen, I like the second best running back room in the country. Notre Dame is my number one running back room.
Penn State's allowed. We'll say 1A, 1B. How about that?
Yeah. So Penn State has got a fantastic running back room. I'm just not a fan of how they use them. I think it's clunky, and I think like a lot of the big plays these guys make are on them being great athletes and not necessarily like play design that leads to that kind of thing. Like if you watch Ohio State's offense from last season with the Chip Kelly like pin pull stuff and really creative like concepts, like that's the kind of thing where you can go, fuck, that's a great call. You know, like I could have ran through the hole, but Penn State's guys, like they're getting fucking stone bare bones inside zones and fucking housing them just because they're dogs. I'm like, do those guys some favors, man, and then do Drew Aller some favors, and you know, let him roll out and throw a deep ball. And he kind of turned it up towards the end of the game, but like, I'm just not a fan of the Penn State offense.
No, and also I think whatever they were trying to do with Aller, they're trying to hide stuff, right? Everyone knew that, like that's what you do when you play shitty teams. You don't put everything out there. I think they did Aller a disservice. He had too much trust in him that he was just going to pick it up when he needed to. And you can notice that where he started getting hot later, where it's like he should have been like that in the first quarter, ready to go. But you could tell no reps, no, just not ready. I will say, even though it's way different because it was at Penn State, way different than what Ohio State did last year. But it did give me a little bit of that feel of the way Oregon beat you guys. And I do think if any positivity I do have for Penn State is, and if their coach staff and players are as good as they're supposed to be, I don't know if Oregon wins that one again all the time down the road. I think if that game was played in Oregon, they're definitely dominating way different than that game was. But I'm talking about down the road. But like always, Penn State puts themselves in a pickle where they need another Big Ten team to lose to get there. They always do that. They need someone else to lose to get there. And if it's not Michigan, Ohio State, now it's just Oregon, Ohio State. Oregon,
Now they have to beat Ohio State. Ohio State's a must-win game for them now too. Not to
yeah,
mention, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
And Ohio State don't have to win that necessarily.
Yeah.
So it's like uh, Penn State's in a tight Notre Dame style position for sure. And that kid's a stud, man. If he can have more big games, that Oregon kid, I mean, that's Moore might be a good front runner for a Heisman type face down the end of the road. You could
The
definitely see
favorite
that.
right now.
Yeah, you could definitely see that.
Real quick, how
Yeah,
was that hit not fucking targeting in the
dude.
Oregon game? He took that guy's fucking head off. You see his face and his helmet was all crunched in the slow-mo. Oh. I'm like,
Yeah.
how is that? The guy, what was his safety, steps up and fucking goes, here's the top of my head, fucking directly into your mustache. I'm like, if this isn't targeting, I have no clue what targeting is.
Yeah, especially some calls you see that are just like above the shoulders. We got to kick him out. It's like, okay, I guess like I've seen that happen, but then like that one, it's like, well, aren't you? Because here's the point, like, aren't you supposed to protect the defender? Because if they're at a different angle or in another universe, both of them could be fucking paralyzed. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
no
That's
doubt.
that's the whole point of the rule, right? But ball doesn't lie. Just like the Washington game when you had that bad call with the sideline thing, they got the ball back at the same spot they would have had it at. Ball doesn't lie. Same thing kind of happened with that, where like Oregon didn't get the penalty, but ball don't lie. They just won the game, in fucking crazy fashion. For Aller to throw a pick to end it, fucking just perfect. You know what I mean? Like I love that shit. I'm like that was perfect. Anything else before we speed round some of these other crazy games?
That's
Nope.
it.
Oh yeah, baby. I was gonna do Alabama, Georgia, but I'll switch it up real quick. Ole Miss beating LSU. I knew Brian Kelly's loss was coming. It's always gonna happen. Um, but man, when I see Ole Miss come out there in them powder blues, bro, that might be the best uniform in goddamn football, dude. That shit is so fucking gorgeous. And I'm a Lane Kiffin believer. I always am. I love how he spits it, bro. I don't know what it is. I just do. And then having his daughter's boyfriend, playing, and he was throwing up all over the place too. Did you guys see that? He's fucking gagging. I love some of the memes. He's like, he saw Lane Kiffin stare at his ass. Like that shit was funny. And even him calling him out at the end, where he's like, "I gotta go find him." That's how you know that motherfucker might marry his daughter if he likes him that
Yeah.
much. He's just
Yeah,
talking shit.
100%.
Yeah, like you know that they have a good time on vacations and shit together, and they get along. But
You
dude,
know
Ole
He
Miss,
seems like a dope dude. He seems cool. Like Lane Kiffin seems like a dope fucking
oh
guy.
yeah, yeah.
You know, like after that game, like you beat your daughter's boyfriend who's a star linebacker. Like Lane Kiffin got home, put his feet up, smoked a cigar, slapped his wife on the ass. He's like, man, I got this. He's like, still got I still got it.
And he was on cloud nine because they had him interviewing for Jackson Dart. Saw his boy go off. He probably felt like he was
Yeah.
on top of the football world this weekend.
Well,
That's
and
cool
dude,
for him, man.
Yeah.
while we're on that topic of Ole Miss quarterbacks too, that Trinidad Chambliss kid,
Mm-hmm.
so he was supposed to be a backup this year, starter gets hurt. He's a Ferris State transfer. He won the national championship in D2 last year, and he also won the D2 Heisman. And now he's balling for Ole Miss. Those are just the college football stories you can't beat, man. Like
I'm glad you brought that up.
that's a kid you root for now, no matter what. You know what I mean?
And I love his name, like Chambliss. Like that shit's fucking badass. And he looks clean out there. I forgot to, yeah, that Ferris State shit, man. That's fucking. Shout out to that kid. That's awesome. And Ole Miss, man, ranked 13 at the time, now undefeated. They skyrocketed up too in the rankings. Are they gonna be legit? Who knows? The SEC eats himself from the inside out way more than the Big Ten does. Big Ten has a little bit of like a top heaviness to it that I think the Big Ten, like Eric always wants US, they want to kind of get rid of that a little bit because it's gonna help with the margin of error. I think if USC's better, Michigan's better. But Ole Miss will fuck it up just like LSU did, I believe. Alabama beating Georgia, I didn't see that one coming. I really didn't. But also, like, is the writing on the wall that Stockton's not that? He's good. Like that dude balls, but
Well,
I don't know.
isn't Bama now like 12 of the last 13? They beat Georgia or something like that, right? Or 10 of the last 11? It's a streak they got going right now, Bama beating Georgia, which is pretty
Yep.
crazy especially with two like downest. I guess you can't call this a down year yet for Bama. They lost to a pretty good team that lost on Friday, but still Bama's still going to be around in the end. Like it's not as bad as last season was at this point yet. But
No, they got Vandy
they
next.
got their number, man. They got their number.
And I thought like that was just a Nick Saban thing because Nick Saban hated going against Kirby. He wanted to give Kirby the business. Like he has all those speeches in the locker room talking about Kirby was talking shit and but must win for Alabama, really cool. But reminds me a little bit of last year. I hope Vandy goes in there and just beats them. But they're also playing in Alabama this year, totally different situation. Um, but need more losses like that. I think Georgia's still really good. I just think they really are showing the fact that other teams have talent too.
Mhm.
Like it's a little bit more noticeable for them that they had to share some of the talent that they were going to recruit and keep for themselves. But NIL kind of had different ways about that. So they just don't have the same firepower you're used to seeing, or some guys that blanket other things, especially on offense. Um, I think they'll be all right, but who knows? Quick question for you guys: who do you guys think right now, as of today, who would be your favorite to win the SEC?
God. I don't trust Kiffin enough to pull it off, to be
Me
honest.
either. Me either.
Maybe
It's probably
Oklahoma.
be Georgia.
Can Oklahoma get through this little stint without their quarterback?
But
Can they get through this month without him?
they still
Probably.
got a lot of holes on their team,
Yeah,
though.
probably. I'd say probably still Georgia, Texas. I just think Texas is going to figure it out. I know they haven't looked good yet. I just think that team's too talented to be
Yep.
to be down the whole season. It'd be fun. Like how fun would like an Ole Miss and Tennessee SEC championship be though? Could you imagine? Dude, that'd be so they score 70 points on each other, but it'd be such a fun fucking game.
Yeah, good culture switch right there too. Like we kind of need that, right? Everyone's seen so much Georgia, Alabama, Georgia, Alabama, Georgia, somebody else. Like it's like, nah, that'd be slick. Tennessee, man, they're not looking bad though, and that Georgia loss doesn't look as good now. But they prevented a loss against Mississippi State because Mississippi State ain't that bad. They're kind of in that same Washington category somehow. Mississippi State was supposed to be the worst team in the SEC. Now here they are at 4-1. Thought that was badass. Wake Forest almost beats Georgia Tech. I really thought that was happening. Indiana, I'm not I'm not big on the Indiana train yet, dude. I think Illinois is weird, and Iowa gave them some fits. Sure, that game ended very odd with the safety thing and all that, but Iowa ain't the Iowa they used to be, and you should probably beat them by a couple of touchdowns easily and put up more than 20 points with that type of efficient offense. I know Iowa has a good defense and they're good coached, but I'm not on the Signetti. I just don't take Indiana as serious as I do Penn State, Oregon, or Ohio State.
The only thing I'm taking serious about Indiana is Mendoza's QB1 for me till further notice.
Oh
That
yeah,
dude is a dog, dude.
yeah.
He makes so many throws where he gets fucking ear hold and the ball is just 38 yards down the field on a perfect scene. I didn't watch any of his Cal stuff. And I knew a lot of like the smart like PFF guys and shit liked him, but dude, for me right now he's probably QB1 in this class, man. He is balling.
He's good.
And he's
Like, really good.
smart. He's smart as fuck. Like it just seems like every single time the ball goes exactly where it needs to go. He's at as many options as there might be for him on the field, it's constantly getting delivered to the open guy. He's not like unnecessarily putting guys in a contested catch situation. Like he's just, yeah, I agree, Eric. He's QB1 till further notice, man.
Speaking of QBs that are pretty good, I wanted your guys' take on this just because I just think it's interesting. Now, I know we talked about this kid a little bit last week. We made fun of him because that Pavea kid that's trying to go for his 7th year. But let me read you his stats. I know it's just Utah State, but 26 for 34, 321 yards, 5 passing touchdowns. Also had 9 carries for 79 yards and 1 rushing touchdown. I just wish kids like that got a little more love. Like, what's that kid Lynch that played for Northern Illinois that became
Jordan
a Heisman
Lynch.
finalist? Like, why don't let's start that train going. If we don't have a lot of heavy Heisman favorites, can we at least have a really cool number 3, number 2? Every year there's
Yeah.
usually supposed to be. That's what makes the Heisman really cool is when you have that guy you know is not going to win, but he's getting his flowers for just being a dog, just for dogging. And this is a career guy, right? Like we're talking 300 plus and then almost 100 rushing, and he's doing that on average. I don't know. I think it's awesome, and if he fucking beats Alabama, I'll go to fucking. I'll start putting bets on him right now as my fucking favorite, dude. I'll win some goddamn money, dude.
There should be
That's-
like a fucking third place trophy, like the Colin Klein Award. You remember that
Yes.
Kansas State
Yeah.
quarterback from like years ago? Like some shit like that.
The culture, just the culture award of any kind. Hell, call it the Johnny Manziel Award, even though he won the Heisman, but like, even if Johnny didn't win the Heisman, he would have been echoed through history type shit. So it's like something that's just like, I don't know. Do we call it the JT Barrett Award? You know what I mean? Like someone that fucking broke records but just never did anything? Like, I don't know what we call it. I don't know what we call it. Fuck it. Manti Te'o Award. How about that? He needs one. You know what I'm saying? Because
You
Dominic Sue
don't
is another one.
you don't actually get a trophy. You just think you have a trophy.
That would be awesome, bro. That'd be
Oh.
awesome. That'd be disrespectful, but that'd be
Just give
awesome.
him a
All right.
poster of the Heisman.
All right, as we wrap up and push forward real quick, some upcoming games. We don't have a lot of crazy games, but I'll spit these out pretty fast. Texas at Florida is interesting to me. I just think it's a trap game in a way because Florida's gotten so much scrutiny for being so ass that they've been probably getting coached really fucking hard right now because everyone's jobs are on the fucking line for everything. And Texas just hasn't looked cleaned enough, and to me, it's a trap game. Vandy at Alabama, gonna be very interesting, very cool. I think Alabama's gonna be too motivated though to beat their fucking ass after last year. Boise State at ND was circled in the beginning of the year. I thought it'd be a really cool culture game, like Boise State Notre Dame. They'll never play. Kind of is a weird game now. I think it'll be fun. Virginia at Louisville, kind of a really weird underrated ACC game. Louisville's playing pretty fucking well this year, and with Virginia coming up the ranks a little bit, just kind of an upset alert situation on both ends. Like both of them can upset each other, but both of them could be pretty good actually. Miami at FSU, I think that's gonna be actually a good game. I think another upset alert. I think Florida State's gonna be very motivated. They have a pretty good roster. It did not go well for them against Virginia. But the only thing I have questions with is that what Miami does really well, Florida State doesn't seem to do that well against, and Miami's going to sling that ball around with all their athletes, and we'll see what happens. I like Mississippi State at Texas A&M as well. Another upset alert. Texas A&M kind of gets shaky once they get their flowers. They're finally getting their flowers. But Mississippi State played Tennessee pretty tough, and I'd almost say Tennessee's better than Texas A&M. So like, who knows what can happen there? I like Minnesota OSU. I know OSU's going to win, but Minnesota they only have one loss so far, and I like that. I like that for Big Ten. Like we said that in the beginning of the year, where like the Wisconsins, the Michigan States, the Minnesotas are in that conversation too. I want to see some real OG Big Ten representation to have some type of threat against these fucking this weird situation, just weird conference. Um, Also, Oregon's on a bye week. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to bring up the fact that when they get back from the bye week, they're against Indiana. That'll be a tester game, a huge tester game for both
Week
sides.
7's kind of a sleeper week right now. Ohio State at Illinois, Bama, Missouri, like you said, Indiana, Oregon, Red River rivalry, Oklahoma at Texas, and then Michigan at USC is a night game that week as well.
Ooh,
That'd be a good week.
yeah, this will be a really good week. I'll be in Maine next week. I'll be still be doing a pod with you guys, but I'll be in Maine, baby, up there in Portland, Maine, by the big lighthouses and shit. Like what you think Maine looks like, that's where I'm going. And I'm gonna get some fucking beers and kick back and do whatever fucking Maine people do. I don't know what they do. Um, Eat some lobsters. Who knows? I was gonna do some early Heisman picks, but I think we all know after that Oregon win, that kid deserves it. But I do want to see Ole Miss quarterback up there, Vandy's quarterback. I think it's kind of open. I also wish USC didn't lose because I really wanted that Maeva kid to kind of make his own push for it, only for Notre Dame clout, so we could beat them, kind of Sam Darnold style. You know what I'm saying? Like make USC great again, so Notre Dame can be even greater. That's the way we look at it. I mean, USC's our little brother. They really are. They ain't on our level. When's the last time USC's beat Notre Dame, Clark? That'd be a good question. Look that up. Last time USC beat ND.
2022.
Oh, really?
Well, that was close. I thought I thought we had more of a streak. I know we have a home streak against them. I thought.
That was USC is ranked number 6 at the time. Notre Dame was 15th.
Oh, Caleb Williams. I didn't know Caleb Williams beat ND while he's there.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
'Cause I know we beat the piss out of him that second game. Damn, man, we were part of his Heisman run. Well, how
Right.
about that? Be part of greatness, my friends. That's all you gotta
Drew
do.
Pine was quarterback for Notre Dame.
Yeah. Those were
Oh
dark
yeah,
days.
yeah. BG's quarterback was our quarterback.
Jesus
Jesus
God.
Christ, dude. I forgot about that.
I love
Drew
looking at old
Pine.
stats like this, man.
Man, you know what, Freeman? I know I give you a lot of shit, but we ain't in those days no more. I'd like to thank you for that single-handedly. I really fucking appreciate it. That's awesome, bro. Yeah, that's wild. You guys got anything else before we end this wild little day? That was good. That was smooth. I loved it.
I think that's it, man. Good night,
Yep.
America.
Hell fucking yeah, dude. Yeah, we kind of pushed the envelope. I just realized what time it was. All right, man. Get your snorkelers out. What I say, reason why it's called From the Deep? Oh, yeah, our takes don't come out of thin air. They come from the deep.